A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. You lost your edge, she lost attraction for you. That's how it works. What'd you think she was gonna do? Tell you she cheated? Men cannot afford to get complacent in relationships. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
And now your man,
Donovan Sharpe.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 918th edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of toxic masculinity, misogyny, and small bleep energy. It is Monday, January 9th of 2023. It is good to have you in today. We are streaming live only to YouTube, Sharpe Stream, and Rumble. YouTube, Sharpe Stream, and Rumble. We're making a few changes here at TSR Towers, so we're going to implement some strategic measures in terms of when and where we place our content, and so. But be that as it may, wherever you're watching, however you're watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharpe Reality Live a part of your daily routine. So today is going to be the last show. Well, I don't know if it's the last show of the week. It could be, but obviously, the show schedule this week is going to be it's going to be a little bit different. I'm headed to Miami. For the Fresh and Fit 1 million party. Very much looking forward to that. I'll be on Saucecast. I don't know, a couple of times. I'll be on Fresh and Fit a few times. The regular show as well as after hours. MLD and I are going to be on Saucecast together, as well as Fresh and Fit after hours. I don't know when we're going to be on Fresh and Fit, but I do know that on the 12th, which is Thursday, that is when he and I will be on the Saucecast together. I'm sure Saucenick will find us a quote unquote worthy opponent, because let's face it, man. Especially when it comes to this kind of content, people agreeing with each other all the time. People agreeing all the time. It's been done already. We've been there, done that. It's time to take the content to the next level. That is clearly the format that grabs the most eyeballs. Kevin did it. Myron and Fresh are doing it. Pearl is doing it. And why not me? So I'm gonna start putting resources into. Ours is going to be a little. It's going to be just a tad bit different in terms of the flow, but the formula is going to be the same. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. I've seen over the last 2.5 years. I have seen what clearly works, and it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to resist change in that regard. Jesse Fuller with the welcome to chat privileges at Jesse Fuller to welcome him to TSR Towers. If you would, Jesse, put your age and location in the chat. OBP, welcome to chat privileges. At OBP to welcome him to chat privileges. OBP, if you would, put your age and location in the chat. Welcome to the family. As always, I greatly appreciate your support. Yeah, like Devin said in the chat, we got some changes coming this month. We're going to be upgrading the Patreon memberships. We're going to be giving you more. We're going to be giving you more for your money, a little bit more value. That also goes for Sharpe Stream. We've got some ideas in the works for that. We are also going to be on. We're also going to start a Discord, as well as some other stuff. So 2023, looking to make some changes. And hopefully these changes work out. Very much looking forward to this. Let's not waste any time, gentlemen. Let's get right into it. So Pearl and Alex from Playing with Fire, as well as, as well as Destiny, all got together on the Saucecast to discuss, what was it? Open relationships, the Andrew Tate arrest, etc., etc. And so I am going to react to that. Desmond Montgomery with the $5 super chat says, I know you don't do Jubilee videos, but Sneeko did male feminist versus anti-feminist, and I thought it would be good for you to go over. Dev, get me the link to that if you would. Get me the link to that if you would. It'd be great to react to something like that. Without further ado, let's get going.
Want to see them get paid, laid,
and do
it your way. Thank you, Nat, for being in the house. Anyway, Destiny's in the house. Don't call me Steven. Certainly don't call me Junior. Destiny's in the house. Twitch streamer, YouTuber, political pundit, best hair in the business. What I leave out?
I'm banned on Twitch.
So banned on Twitch. Right now, my bad, all you Twitch guys out there.
100% right.
Oh, that sucks. I didn't know he was banned on Twitch. That sucks.
Pearl is back. She just hit 1 million. She's doing it. She runs the pregame. She's fucking killing the game. And you're.
Oh boy, you can tell Pearl looks very tired here, gentlemen. Pearl looks. She looks very tired. She looks very, 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 very tired here. She's been doing the rounds, man. She's been doing the rounds, and she looks like she could use a nap. Of course, I say that because she told me this on the phone.
You're back for your 4th, 5th, 10th show you've done with Valuetainment this week.
I don't know. I've been here a lot.
Yeah, that's why you get all the free Chipotle you want.
Yeah.
Even if it's 2 hours late. All right, well, welcome back.
Better late than never,
That's
right?
true.
There you
Deliver.
go.
And then Alex, playing with fire, is in the house, dating, relationships, how to kind of operate as a dude out there in the jungle that is modern day.
You know, look, man. Like, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with Alex with playing with fire. I don't have a problem with Destiny. Alex is a weird type dude, man. I don't want to call him weird, but he seems a little bit antiquated in that he uses terminology that we were using like 8, 9, 10 years ago. He still talks about negging. He still talks about pickup game. All the alpha guys I know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's good, I guess, that he's on Saucecast, but his material seems a little bit outdated.
Hey, women.
Yeah.
Fair to say.
How to succeed as a man.
Let me hear your best man. That was more like female-ish. Give me something better.
I'm not the porn star. I can't.
Come on, bro.
Well, you've already hung one out there. Is that the last impression you want to leave them with?
Is that what you're going to do?
There we
Wow.
go. Okay.
You got
there
your
you
girl
go.
right there. Her panties are soaking now if you did that. Congratulations. Yeah. Anyway, guys, welcome to the show. Let's just give one more cheers, even if you don't have anything in your hands. Go grab a drink. Okay, there we go. It's Friday. Jorge's in the house. Deli's in the house. Guys, so much to discuss today.
Oh, boy.
But I want to start with our friend Pearl.
Here we go.
Because I don't think that we properly recognize the fact that you just reached 1 million subscribers on your channel. So I don't know if we had a clapping button, we would clap right now, but we'll just do that live on it.
Yeah, I think the Don DeMarco, a lot of guys ask, well, what does the Don DeMarco mean? It's basically the Manosphere's version of the applause. Is that fair to say? Is that accurate? I think the Don DeMarco is more or less the universal applause of the Manosphere.
They're here. Pearl, so you started your show February of 2022. It is now January of 2023. Not a mathematician, but that's less than 1 year. You went from 0 to 1 million. Okay? What's been your secret? How did you make this happen?
Well, easy. That's pretty simple. Number one, she copied the Fresh and Fit model. I think it's pretty obvious that the Fresh and Fit model is successful. That's the first thing. The second thing, she worked her ass off. Anybody can say that they want to do a podcast or, copy the Fresh and Fit model. Breaking news, Damar Hamlin has been released from the hospital. He's on his way to Buffalo. He's on his way to back to Buffalo to be with the team. So good news out of there. But yeah, those are the main two reasons. And a lot of people seem to be under the impression that you can that you can just decide to be a podcaster and just copy a formula and be successful, but it clearly takes it takes a lot. Pardon me. Whoa. It takes a lot more than that, right? It takes a lot more than that. And Jay Blaze just nailed it. Said red pilling her friend Jess blew her up too. Yeah. Like we got to see in real time the progression of a woman, a modern woman, come to the realization that what we talk about in this sector of the web is true. So that's what I would do.
YouTube Shorts, baby.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Look into the camera right there and tell all our producers out there who don't get it what they need to do.
Well, I just created a system where all I'd have to do is make content. I wouldn't have to edit. I wouldn't have to do thumbnails. I wouldn't have to do anything. I chased
There you
down, I think, the best people in the business to help run my channel.
Did you hear that? I chased down the best people in the business to run my channel. And she's not lying. She's not lying. She was after the guy that manages, the guy that she advises. She chased him for like 3 years. And I forgot who he used to work for. I think it might have been Vice, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, Pearl she's had a plan for a while. But what she just said there, we cannot let that get away. She chased down the best people in the business. Okay? She has never purported to know everything about everything. But what she does know how to do is she knows how to create a team. As far as running a team is concerned, I'm not sure if that's even necessary, but that cannot be understated. She has a fantastic team working for her. That cannot be understated. Nobody can do this alone, guys. Nobody can do this alone. Fresh and Fit didn't do it alone. I didn't do it alone. Kevin Samuels did. Well, actually, he kind of did do it alone, didn't he? Well, except for maybe Kevin and AMS. Shout out to Outliers.
And then we just produce a shit ton of content. Like if my thumbnail guy is making 30 thumbnails a day and yours is making 2, who's going to be better in 3 months? Was my thought process.
There you go.
Yeah, I would just say it was like frequency and.
Desmond Montgomery, you're right. It was the Daily Wire. That's exactly right. I actually have the guy's number. He's a good dude. He's actually familiar with the Triad area, the High Point, Winston-Salem, Greensboro.
Getting a really good team together.
There it is.
Yeah.
You've been doing content for how many years?
10?
10 years.
11, 12,
You've been
yeah.
doing this. I'm not coming at you,
Well,
bro.
now you're like comparing me
No,
to
I'm
her, who
not.
just
I'm
hit a
not.
million, okay?
You've been doing
yeah.
Alex. You've been doing content for how many years?
About 4 or 5.
4 or 5 years. Here's, I guess, the question that I want, and we'll kind of go.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, okay, in that context, yeah, King Lai says Kevin Samuel still had people bringing him up. Of course, yeah. I mean, obviously, everybody needs a start. Everybody needs a start. Everybody needs, a little bit of a jump start. Yeah.
Go down the line here. All of you guys have blown up in one way or another, okay? Yours has been a more slow and steady wins the race, but you've got.
I'm like a Warren Buffett approach to.
I love that.
streaming,
Index investing out
Absolutely.
there, okay?
Yeah.
Dollar
There
cost
might be some
average
hedge
this thing.
funds that beat me in the short term, but in the long term, I'm here to stay until I,
I
get
like
banned
you,
from
bro.
everything. Yeah,
Anytime
you
you're going to bring up Warren Buffett in a question like this,
He's from
I
my
like
city,
that.
I know where his house is.
From Omaha?
Yeah, he lives in Regency in the neighborhood, yeah.
The Oracle of Omaha?
Absolutely.
Two great Americans, Warren Buffett and Steven, a.k.a. Destiny, Omaha. Okay. So you've been a slow and steady index investor of content. You've blown the fuck up. You've been at it for 4 or 5 years. You're doing your thing. You've created a niche. So here's the question that I have today. You have gone, let's start with Pearl, but each of you, you've gone from making very little money, I assume, not having a lot of money.
Yeah, Bink the Bodisai says Alex never really blew up. Right, exactly. And neither have I, for that matter. But it is what it is. That's what we have to do. Sabat says, welcome to chat privileges. At Sabat says, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, to welcome him to the TSR family. Sabat, if you would, put your age and location in the chat. Shout out to Osama bin, Smashin'. Osama bin Smashin'. With the $50 super chat. Says, I've been watching your content for over a year. And I'm finally able to catch a show live. Shout out to you, fam. I appreciate that very much, man. Appreciate that very much. I thank you. I thank all of you guys for the support over the years, man. A lot of people talk about the fact, Donovan, you've changed my life, and that may be true to a degree, but you guys have changed my life every bit as much as I've changed yours. So I just try to pay it forward. Jeeper Creeper says, you are Alex. Yes, my name is Alex. That's my middle name anyway.
So you're raking in the dough at this point. I know what it is to get hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube and a million subscribers. You're starting to have money. You've made money with YouTube. You're also starting to make money with YouTube, right? Like this pays your bills. Like no joke. What I want to know is, how has your life changed from going from basically a joke to broke? I'm from broke to no joke kind of a thing.
From
zero
broke to no
hero.
joke.
How has life changed?
Simps to pimps.
I actually think my life is pretty much the same. I don't really spend like much differently. I bought some new clothes. But
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, the show has more eyeballs on it, but like when I think of myself a year ago doing the first shows, like I would just say the sets improved, you know, better clothes, better makeup, but that's pretty much it. Like I don't think my life is that different than a year ago.
So what do you?
So what she just told you is that she exercises a measure of frugality. She exercises a measure of frugality. She's not a big spender. She bought some new clothes. You know, she wanted to update her wardrobe so that she looks presentable on camera. But again, if you have purchased my ebook, how to properly vet a woman for a long-term relationship, one of the prerequisites is that she understands the value of a dollar. Pearl clearly understands the value of a dollar, which is why she is frugal. Good for her.
You doing with all the cash that comes in? So I'll give you an example.
She's
I'll give you an
saving it.
example.
She's got to be.
Because you're familiar with the concept of lifestyle creep.
Oh, yes.
You're
I
familiar
was
with
gonna
this?
fucking use that expression.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna look like a fucking copycat.
You know what? Forget I said that. What were you gonna say again, Destiny?
Just fucking forget it, dude.
What
Go.
were you gonna say?
Finish.
All right, you're familiar with lifestyle creep. Essentially, lifestyle creep is the more money you make, the more nicer shit you're gonna buy.
Yeah,
right?
right.
I was only making 80 grand. Now I make 150 grand. Well, obviously I'm gonna buy a nicer car, move into a nicer apartment, buy nicer shit. All right, amazing. I'm actually an advocate of doing the exact opposite. I went from making 20 grand a year to 100 grand a year to $500,000 a year. Okay, and in that process, I didn't creep on anything. I just kind of kept it simple. I didn't get a nicer car. I just just pocketed the dough. And I've been very clear on this, like, because aside from doing valuetainment, I work in the finance space. So there's months where, you know, you work on commissions in finance. Shout out to all the salespeople out there,
Yep.
entrepreneurs out there. You know what I'm
Yep.
talking about. It's feast or famine. Some months
right.
you might make 5, 10 grand. Some months you might make 50 or 100 grand. We don't fucking know. But those big months are the months that separate the winners from the losers. Because the losers, per se, will go out, buy a Rolex, go get a nicer car, go out and pop bottles in the club. What I've done, kind of like you, what inspired this is I went and bought a $500 suit, and then $99,500 later, just went in the bank.
You bought a
Straight up.
$500 suit?
$500 suit.
Why don't you ever wear it?
What is this? Coming from the fucking guy.
Okay, so I gotta admit, I don't always agree with the way Destiny debates. I don't agree with a lot of his talking points, but one thing that cannot denied is that Destiny he is actually a funny guy. I will definitely admit that.
Guy that wears pajamas when asked to dress nice.
Oh boy, here we go.
Don't get me started on you.
Destiny is coming with
I asked him to dress nice.
It was a
I
joke,
asked
okay?
Destiny.
Damn.
I told you I liked you.
didn't know you were gonna take
I
that.
told you I liked you.
Listen, you got a T-shirt and a fucking jacket on. What's going on?
You
over here, man?
are wearing the same pajamas.
Consistent, all right?
Consistent.
I'm a slob top to bottom.
Yeah,
okay?
you just own
Oh
being a
my
slob.
God.
I asked Destiny.
Dude, this is the realest I've ever seen Destiny act. Like this is what men do.
What was it? Do you remember what the text
Go
that we
figure.
exchanged,
You
by
said,
the way?
can you wear? It was like
I said,
business
can-
casual or something.
He
Bizagile.
in a text, like, these things don't exist. Sweatpants and a D t-shirt. Anyway, the point that I'm getting at here is what separates the winners from the losers sometimes is not spending all the money that you rightfully made. So you're saying you've only spent it
I
on...
spend it. I just spend it on the business. So
Okay,
Yeah, there you
first
go.
thing
but
I
that's
did-
not spending, that's
Yeah.
reinvesting in the
Yes.
business.
Yeah,
Thank you.
the first thing I did was hired people. So I wanted, again, I really wanted to free up my time. And I wanted to create a system where all I had to do was
Yeah, Jay Blaze says good old fashioned ribbing. Yeah, this is just what we do. This is what we do, man.
sit down and make content. I didn't have to like edit. I didn't have to do any of that. And then the next thing I bought was the studio. We spent over $100K on our studio. It was like crazy. And then the next thing I'm trying to save for is I want 6 months of salaries because my dad says you have to save up. So if you ever have a bad couple of months, you don't
Yep.
have to like start letting people
Yep.
go. So those
There
are
you
the
go.
first 3 things that I bought.
Your dad has got some very good.
Gentlemen, what you guys just witnessed here is the advantage that having even a half decent father in your life from childhood, right? This is the advantage, right? This is the advantage. Most women who would be in Pearl's position, they would be popping bottles and buying all sorts of crazy shit, blah 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 blah. Pearl says, I reinvested in the business. I want to go for 6 months salary savings. She's probably paying herself a salary at this point. I think she's probably paying herself a salary at this point, but I can guarantee you this, she hasn't been paying herself until recently. That's just how it is.
Advice for you. Destiny, since you're eager to fight with somebody today, and we will allow that. There's going to be a lot of that. But let's just keep it cordial.
Yeah.
You've said that some of your family is like rich as hell. You've also
None
said
of my
that
family is rich. Some of my family makes an okay bit of money, but that lifestyle creep is real. I
Okay,
think
that's what
especially
I'm
for some immigrant people. Yeah.
Okay, you've basically drawn the comparison that like some of your family is like wealthy on the wealthier side, however
Yeah.
you want to define that, and some are like on the poor, just regular people's side. What
Jay Blaze says she might be here in 5 years, but not at 27. How can I put this, man? How can I put this? Pearl is not going to do this forever. She's just not. She's not. She wants to get married. She wants to have a family. She understands that clearly, and she said this on Saucecast before, when she meets a man she wants to marry that also wants to marry her, or private marriage, whatever, and have children, guess what? The business takes a back seat. That's just how this works. She's not going to be doing this forever, guys.
What's the biggest difference in lifestyles and happiness that you've seen between like the spenders and who are getting a lot of shit, consumerism, materialism,
Yeah, I think
versus
that
the more
spending-
Yeah, I've definitely fallen into that camp at times. That's for sure.
minimalist people?
You always think you can spend your way into happiness, but you cannot. You can't do it. A lot of people try to, and that lifestyle creep is real. Especially if you work in service, like late April rolls around and everybody comes with their tax returns to like waste it on some dumb shit.
Yep.
I worked in a casino. Every time somebody hits a jackpot, they're spending like half of it at the casino.
Oh my
immediately,
God.
Buying their friend steaks and everything. Yeah, I've always avoided that. I drove here in my nice little $40,000 car. I spend a decent amount. I pay $5,000 a month for rent, but like
Yeah.
other than that, I don't spend money on anything. Like coming from being poor to being in this lifestyle, when you're poor, it feels like being poor is like a trap, right? Like when you're poor, or at least for me, I wasn't thinking like, God, I wish I could have like a nicer car and a nicer house. I was thinking like, God, I wish I wasn't so fucking stressed about bills. So now that I'm wealthy, I don't want like a really nice car and a nice house. I just want like the freedom to like chill. Like if I don't want to work for a month or a year, like I can do that. Like I have like the opportunity to do whatever I want. Like I think
There it is, man. Aaron Clary put it best when he said, money is simply a claim on another person's time. Let me repeat that. Money is a claim on another person's time. This is why Pearl, the first thing she did when she started to blow up was hire a staff. When she got those first few big-time YouTube paychecks, that's the first thing she did. She hired a staff. She bought equipment. Her goal is just to show up, speak into the mic, drop the mic, exit stage left, Seacrest out, thanks for flying United. That's it. She does quite well for herself. She hasn't been in her studio in 2 months, in 2 weeks. Who knows how long she's going to be in Florida, but she's not even at her studio, but the business is still running like clockwork. She's at 1.06 million now. She's already gained 60,000 subs since she hit the million mark last week. This is the way it's done. And what Destiny is talking about here is money. Wealth is what gives you time. Wealth is what buys you the most valuable commodity, which is the commodity of time.
I think that's the most important thing for me.
Okay, sorry. Nat's asking you to do what? Make sure you're speaking
Just
to
a
the
little
mic.
more into the mic.
By the way, what he said was very important. Nat, go ahead, Nat. What do you want to say?
Oh my
No,
god.
just make sure you speak up for our guests because they want to hear everything you guys
Gotcha.
have to say.
Sorry,
So.
I didn't speak
Thanks,
close
Nat.
enough.
Don't be shy.
I'm not
Use your
shy.
voice.
I'm
Look at
not
that
shy.
smile. Let's get a close up on Nat, by the way. Let's
Hello,
look at that smile real
everyone.
quick.
Hello, happy
Hi.
Friday. Make
Yeah.
sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Thank you all for joining. And I will be reading all the super chats today.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Alex.
yeah, it was fucking crickets.
Give me your career background. Like, what were you doing before you got into YouTube, and like, how did you make
I was
your
working
money?
in solar sales, and I was pretty good at my job. I got promoted several times in the span of 3 years. I had a traditional corporate job, and then company I worked for went bankrupt, lost my job, had 9 months of unemployment. At that point, I had a Facebook group, so I kind of ran with it. In terms of like what I could do, I mean, I don't know. I would say I'm like very similar to Destiny. I don't really spend my money on a bunch of things. I just like to have the freedom. I don't have to worry or stress about bills. There's nothing that I can't really afford, with the exception of like boats and shit. So yeah, that's kind of
So, here, what are you? Would any of you guys?
Yeah, Jesse Fuller says Natalia is hot. Yeah, she's attractive, but that's about it. But that about it.
Identify as minimalists?
some small extent.
Well, as I show up
Look at
in all
this.
of my own merchandise that I
Okay.
got for free to test.
So
yeah,
I
would
call
say.
myself like a millionaire minimalist, meaning like I don't need a lot to be happy. Everyone has the same big three expenses: housing, transportation, and food and beverage.
Yep.
I spend a good amount on my housing. I don't have a car. I haven't had a car in 10 years. I'm very like vocal about that. And I don't have a fancy palate unless I'm taking a girl out to dinner. It's fucking Subway with the boys and chicken wings. That's it, straight up.
Real shit.
But here's something, and this is where I want to go to and open this up for dialogue. Our parents, baby boomer generations, there was this mantra. Let me know if you've ever heard this before. There was this mantra back in the 80s. People used to put it on their bumper stickers on their cars. It was, "He who dies with the most toys wins." You ever heard that expression?
What?
Never?
No, I've never heard that.
Can you
before.
pull that
I
up,
feel
Matt,
like
real quick?
you had the only parents with that bumper sticker.
No,
I
my
think.
parents
I don't
did
think
not have
anybody
that.
else.
He who dies with
This
the most
fucking
toys wins.
guy.
This was basically, it came from like the Wall Street movie, Greed is Good. You've ever heard of Greed
Oh,
is Good?
yeah, yeah, of course, of course.
Okay, we've heard
of
that
course.
from Wall Street, Michael Douglas, Charlie Sheen,
Yeah, of
everything
course.
with
Yeah, yeah.
No, Pearl, any of this?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
well-
See, these are people showing their age. Pearl is 26. Destiny, I assume, is in his late 20s, early 30s. Alex, from Playing with Fire, I mean, he looks like, I think he's 32, but he looks like he's about 42. But yeah, this is way above there.
Anyway, there was an article out in the Washington Post like a handful of years ago, and it was like breaking news. He who dies with the most toys now loses. Okay, and it was like kind of like reaffirming what I basically believe is that what you talked about is why you make your money. Essentially, what Pearl's doing is it's not to get nicer cars, clothes, yachts, boats, motorcycles, this, that, the other, anything with the engine. You know, say, and you get that engine, just rent it, don't buy it. It's so you can have.
Oh, yeah. If it flies, floats, or fucks, it is better to lease than to buy. Or it's better to rent than to buy. If it flies, floats, or fucks, don't buy, rent.
The key word, what you have, financial freedom. Just being able to come and go as you please, not having to be at the whim of any job, bill, mortgage, credit card company, just doing you, right? So when you reinvest in your business, what do you see happen? Like you're planting a seed so the tree grows
yeah.
for your business, right? Like what have you seen?
Yeah, this is this is literally what happened with me, only it's obviously I haven't achieved the same level of success on YouTube as she has. But those of you guys who have followed me, you guys have followed me. You guys have seen all the studio upgrades all throughout the years. Started out in 2017, kept upgrading, kept upgrading, and now this is probably the second to the last evolution as far as a solo studio is concerned. So there we go.
Because in a year, we come back 2 years from now, 5 years from now, you're going to see the tree blossom. You're going to probably have 5 million subscribers at that point. Like, what are the early effects that you've seen from reinvesting in your business, rather than like
more
going and
views.
popping bottles in the club, so to speak?
Well, the first thing I got was time. Like
Yep,
I used to do
there
the
it is.
editing myself, the recruiting myself. Like,
Yep, it's a
and
headache.
You know firsthand, it's so much work to do a couple live shows a week, like 4 a week. So I was doing all the recruiting, all the editing, everything. So to me,
Mike Steele's in the house. Shout out to you, my friend.
When I reinvested into people, it was just time.
Yeah.
Like that's what I was excited
When they say
for.
time is money, it's a real freaking
Real
thing.
shit.
Yeah, and it
Real
was it was
shit.
to the point like this summer, I actually I was on a credit card, like I didn't have any money left, and because I knew I'd get paid. You know how YouTube works; it's like a month delayed.
Yep.
But like I paid other people before I even paid myself because I just wanted time.
There
back.
you go. There
Because in the first
you
like
go.
3 months it was hell. Oh
Told
my
you.
God, it was hell.
There it is. There it is. What did I tell you? For the first 3 months, she paid her people before she paid herself. There it is, guys. There it is. That's what running a business is you have to pay yourself last. That's just the name of the game.
And now?
That's fun. Yeah.
Now
fun,
she's
fun.
doing it.
Yeah, now it's fun.
I love
yeah.
Pearl's demeanor. Destiny, you're making good money with YouTube. You do good. I think you're actually a very necessary voice in this world, especially in the red pill world, because you give a counter argument. When are you going to drop a couple G's on some new clothes?
Oh, God.
The problem is it's a rat race, okay? Because if I upgrade my threads, people are gonna say I need new shoes. If I get new
Oh, boy. So, that'll be the lifestyle creep.
shoes, people are gonna say I need new fucking whatever.
Yeah,
there's
some
like-
people might
listen,
say that,
there's
but
like-
some people
there's-
might say that's just a cop-out and that's an excuse. You can go buy a couple jeans for $30.
No, well, hold on. You asked me. The reality is I
Yes.
just don't give a fuck, okay?
There it
That's
is.
the answer I
Thank
was
you.
looking for.
There it is. There it is. That's what I'm. Now, see, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Do you guys understand what just happened here? You guys understand what just happened here? That's what I mean by having a conversation. Just be honest. Just be honest, right? Just be honest. Adam is ribbing him about his clothes and, Destiny, all right, well, first it's going to be this, then you know what? I'm just going to keep it real. I just don't give a fuck. Cool. Like, this is the thing. This is the thing that people need to understand when you're in a discussion with somebody. You don't necessarily have to explain everything. If you don't like somebody for no good reason, well, I don't like XYZ person. Well, why not? Honestly, I really don't know. It's just something about the way they talk. It just rubs me the wrong way. And if somebody says, well, that's a pretty stupid reason to dislike somebody, you could be right. But guess what? That's my reason. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. Just be honest. Especially as men, we don't have to explain every single decision, right? Donovan, why did you gain weight? I got lazy. I'm not going to sit here and blame it on COVID or blame it on, no, I got fucking lazy. It is what it is. And yeah, Mike Steele says, plus good on Destiny for wearing his own merch. He should, yeah. Has anybody ever seen Myron Gaines not have merch on? No, like this is how it works. But just be honest with people about why you do things. Why don't you do XYZ? Because I don't fucking want to do it. That's why.
I don't care that much.
That's
Okay? What do guys buy clothes for? For girls, for money, for job? I already have all three. Why the fuck would I upgrade my fucking clothes?
But even your girl,
I'm trying to impress you.
even your girl, okay, brother,
Yeah.
even your girl
Yep.
is going to be like, baby, the same sweatpants again.
Listen, if Melina wants me to upgrade my shit, I'll do it for her, okay?
So she doesn't want you to do that?
I don't think she cares.
What about the little stain you have?
I don't think she cares. Ain't that something? Why would a woman not care about the way her man looks? Right? Like, your woman is a representation of you, no doubt. But you are a reflection of your woman to a degree. If you have a woman who's submissive, she's fit, feminine, and friendly, she's got her shit together, she takes care of you, etc., and she looks good all the time, but then when you go out, you're the one looking like you don't care. At some point, now, listen, man, your girl could say, hey, look, now listen, as a man, you should know. You need to be, nobody's saying that you need to look like a slob, whatever the case may be. But the fact that if your woman doesn't care what you look like when you leave the house, this is not a good thing or a bad thing. But what it does mean is that it's one of these relationships that appears to be a roommate situation. I think the reason why she doesn't care what Destiny looks like is because they're kind of like brother and sister. I don't give a shit what my brothers and sisters wear, and they don't care what I wear.
You have right here.
Except for when a couple Christmases ago, I did flex with my Tom Ford leather jacket. Like, both my brothers were like, yo, I got to see that jacket. So yeah, that flex there.
What stain? What are you talking about? They're black pants. I don't have any stains here. Fuck
Okay.
you. Nice try.
I'm just saying, you
Yeah?
can afford some extra jeans. You
Okay,
can afford
listen,
some
well,
pants.
How much does a new razor blade cost? What do you got going on over here?
Oh
Hoss?
boy, here we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with same beard you got, Hoss.
This is a beard, okay? That's a 5 o'clock shadow from the next day, okay? Calm down there, buddy. Anyway,
What does he have?
he's got a beard.
Okay. So you're saying I'm not on your level.
This guy knows. This guy links me a website for T-shirts. I'm like, holy shit.
Okay.
He knows his shit. Yeah, ask that guy.
Cuts.com. Yeah. Oh, shit,
Unbelievable.
sorry, I can't say it.
All right, so let's shift. Let's help the advice out. We got to know the panel. Destiny ain't fucking spending $1 on some new sweatpants. He's rocking it anyway. He has a girlfriend.
By the way, if you like them, store.destiny.gg. Buy your own, guys. Yeah.
You sell these sweatpants?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, this is me.
Oh, I didn't
Little
see
guy.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so give
A
yourself a
walking
plug.
billboard. I just
Okay.
did.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Round table here.
Okay, it appears that these guys are a little bit. These guys are probably closer comrades than any of us realize.
Oh, and
Let's-
follow me on my Twitter at Destiny the Game. Apparently, is what you link. So thanks. I work for a bunch of.
What is it?
We changed it. We put
Okay,
Oh
gotcha.
shit. Okay, I'm
All
sorry.
right, Destiny. Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed today, or you
No,
just
I'm
want to
ready.
argue?
There were a couple of people in my life that burned through all the goodwill I had left
Yeah.
for people. So
Who burned through your goodwill?
it's a long story.
Okay.
We don't have
What-
enough time in the day left
Your
to get through
your
all of that.
attitude today, 1 through 10, 10 being like super positive, 1 being super negative. Where are you right now?
It was like a 5, and done with that. Whoever gave me this drink put a lot of tequila in it.
All right. So
uh-oh.
is it by the end of this episode? Do you think you'll be closer to a 10 or a -1?
Definitely.
I don't know.
closer
We'll see
to
what
a 10,
happens.
We'll see what
We'll see where
happens.
it goes.
By
Is
the
it
way,
a 2-hour show or a 1-hour show?
Dude, honestly, man, I could never drink while I do this. I could never do that. I could never. I don't know about you guys, and I guess some guys maybe do it to relax a little bit. We know that DJ Academics turns into Hennydemics, and that's kind of hit or miss, depending on who you are or what they're talking about. But me personally, I can't. I drink to relax. I don't drink to socialize. I don't drink to work. I just drink to relax. That's just me.
2-hour show.
Okay, probably -1.
We're going to be
closer there.
answering your super chats. Let us know what questions you have for Destiny, Pearl, and Alex. Let us know your comments on their attire.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
and also support our fellow content creators. If you'd like Destiny's amazing wardrobe, go ahead. When are you dropping your wardrobe?
Dropping my wardrobe.
Yeah.
Pearly panties.
Oh,
Pearly
yeah,
panties.
She's gonna be the only girl in Miami not with her own fucking clothing line right,
Right.
now.
Pearly
Yeah,
panties.
we've
Oh,
been
wow.
wanting- I almost had some whale merch, but
Oh,
I was afraid
my
they'd take away my YouTube
God.
channel, so I
Oh,
didn't
my
do that,
God.
but-
Some whale merch. Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, you're coming
the
at
way.
the big girls.
Yeah, it was actually pretty funny. It was gonna be, it was like the types of whales, and it was like beluga whale, and it was all the different types, and in the middle it said entitled whale.
You sent me that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would buy that.
I know, but I didn't want them to take away my channel, so I just.
Let's
decided
ask a
not
couple quick
to.
questions.
This is interesting. This is one of the main differences between men and women. Is that men, we are far more risk tolerant, whereas women are far more risk averse. Pearl is like, dude, I don't want to take any chances. I'm not trying to lose my channel, etc., etc. But somebody like me, I'd have been like, all right, let's drop the whale merch.
Then we're going to get into a whole host of topics today
Pearly panties, I love it.
regarding dating, lifestyle. Andrew Tate, I saw that your thing with Sneeko that you did yesterday with the Romanian lawyer. We're going to talk money. We're going to talk Pearl's situation that she did on Vice. Destiny has some very strong feelings about that. But while we're on the money subject, let's just finish this off. The average man in America makes 38 grand a year.
Woo!
38 grand. The average woman in America makes 25 grand a year. You guys make that easily in a month at this point. I'm guessing, give or take, give or take, give or take. What's your best advice for young men out there making 30, 40, 50 grand a year? How can they get to 100 grand? How can they get to the level where you're at today? What's your best advice?
The most important piece of advice, this is only for people younger than 18, is, oh my God, try in school. I have never met an intelligent person over the age of 18 that says, oh, I think I tried hard enough in school. Dude, always push a little more. Whether you have to study a little bit more or whatever, there are so many opportunities open to you before 18 that trying harder in school will get you. And if you blow those up, like if once you hit like 20, 21, 22, once you've settled into like the working rhythm, things get way, 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 way harder in life. So yeah, study a little.
Yeah, I guess I could, if he's talking about under 18, that makes sense. My advice to guys would be go to trade school. Don't go to college. Don't go to college. Go to high school, graduate high school, but don't go to a traditional four-year school. It's a waste of money. it's a waste of money. Go to trade school. Become a diesel mechanic, become a welder, millwright, plumbing, become an electrician. Go to trade school.
A little bit
So
more.
your advice to
Little bit
younger
more.
people
Yeah.
is like do good in school.
Yeah, seriously.
Like
but
school
like
is
seriously,
not overrated.
it's absolutely not.
Okay.
Just
What's
Yeah, I would definitely disagree. Well, I think I would definitely disagree with him as far as 4-year schools are concerned. There's so many people, honestly, man, I think in the United States, most people probably aren't using their degree. Most people probably aren't using their degree. People get these useless degrees, sociology, women's studies, things of that nature. I think the only time college is beneficial is if you already know you want to be like an engineer, whether it's a civil engineer or a private engineer, a doctor, a lawyer. If you go to a 4-year school, you're pre-law, you're pre-med. That's the only time it can really benefit to you. But if you get a degree in computer science or a degree in business administration like everybody did back in the 90s, it's not going to do anything for you.
What's your advice for the 22-year-old guy who just graduated school, 25-year-old guy who's just
Yeah, my advice to a 22-year-old guy, make money, make muscles, learn game, hold frame. That's my advice. You're still young. You still have energy. Use that youthful energy. Work your ass off at the gym, work your ass off at work, work as much overtime as you can. I mean, you could certainly get with women if they make themselves available to you, but that's yeah.
even a 30-year-old guy who's not killing it right now. What's your advice for that?
For rough financial advice, damn. I would say that you brought up something earlier. People only look at the wealth accrual side of like how much money you have. The spending side is really important.
Yeah.
Like if you want to lose weight, you start tracking your calories. If you want to save money, you need to make a budget. If you're like a money conscientious person and you're making less than like $50K a year, you should absolutely have a budget. Once you start budgeting things and you see how much like that Starbucks every day adds up, or whatever type of like little expenditures you do, those things add up so much throughout the year. I think that would be good to keep track of. So make a budget.
Yeah, I think
keep track of where your money goes.
what I call a budget is having a game plan for your money, because budget is one of the things I say is the only thing worse than having a budget for your money is not doing a budget for your money.
Sure.
So I call it having a game plan for your money. There's two aspects to your game plan. There's income and there's expenses.
Yep.
People focus on the income, that's your offense. They don't realize that your expenses is your defense, and that's leaks that it's kind of coming through that. So I fully advocate that.
That's an interesting analogy. I've never heard it called that. It's interesting.
What's your best advice, Pearl?
See, my advice.
Okay, so Pearl is a woman. Love Pearl to death. Don't take financial advice from women. That includes Pearl. Don't take financial advice from Pearl. Don't take relationship advice from Pearl.
It's a bit idealistic, but it worked for me, and this
There
is
we
something
go.
my dad always told me. He always just told me to do what you're passionate about, because
my God.
you're going to work harder at it
There
than
we go.
everyone else.
There we go.
Because you're passionate about it, and you
Yeah,
actually.
listen, love Pearl to death. Love Pearl to death. This is terrible advice. This is absolutely terrible advice. Love Pearl to death, but that is the worst advice. Do something you're passionate about. Women have the luxury of doing something they're passionate about and not having to pay the proverbial price, right? Men, we don't have that luxury. We don't have that luxury, at least not from the beginning. I wasn't passionate about mattresses. I was knowledgeable, and I was knowledgeable about mattresses. I learned how to run a mattress business. I did it. I wasn't passionate about real estate. I got lucky on a couple of real estate deals. Ended up with seven real estate properties. I got lucky for a few years. I was not passionate about that. Now, I'm passionate about this. I'm certainly passionate about this, but I'm one of the lucky few who actually makes a very good living doing something that I actually love to do. But again, and this is no slight against Pearl. This is no slight against Pearl. This is who females are. This is who females are. But if you are a young man or a woman, doing something you are passionate about is not sound financial advice. It's just not.
Really like it, so that's what worked for me.
Yeah, I think what this is.
It worked for Pearl. Pearl is the outlier, gentlemen. Listen, there are millions of women who do what they're passionate about. yeah, I'm a nail tech, or I've got an eyelash business or some bullshit business that they're doing. Pearl is a gross, gross outlier. And to be honest with you, she's really not that passionate about this. She's really not. She really isn't. She really isn't. She's passionate about the people that she brings together. You know, she's passionate about. I think she's more passionate about about bringing people together. I think she's very passionate about that. Getting big names in the same room. She's passionate about that. She's not passionate about this. Doing the Saucecast or doing debates or things like that. No, she's passionate about highlighting the differences between men and women, how delusional modern women are, et cetera, et cetera. Wildemar Perez Jr. with the $5 super chat says, "Yep, I make $57K, 0 certs, 0 college, but lots of common sense and hard work. I did what made money, and now I can waste money. What love? LOL." Exactly. Men, we don't have the luxury. We don't have the luxury to do what we're passionate about. We really, really don't. Mike Steele says, "Yep, women are more communal and are more interested in people." That's exactly right.
This is a constant conversation that we have.
I know.
Should you follow the money or should you follow your passion? Wherever for me, follow the money, because once you make the money, you can work on your passion.
There you go.
I.e., I worked in finance for 15 years.
There you go.
Made money, and now I'm passionate about this shit. I still do my job, but this is what I'm passionate about. The challenge is when you follow your passion, and let's say your passion is basketball or makeup or baseball cards, you might not be able to monetize that. And then you're 35 years old, you're
there
like,
you go.
but I was following my passion.
There you
but
go.
I do agree. What you should do is find out what you are passionate about, where you can make money, and where those two intersect is where you can focus on.
I just think with the internet, because I'm thinking of another thing I'm passionate about, which is volleyball, right?
Yep.
And I'm just thinking with the internet, there's so many ways you can combine the two. So if I was going to do volleyball, I'd probably do, something with volleyball content or teaching or, something
there you
like
go.
that.
Listen, do us all a
Again, women have the luxury. Women have the luxury of doing things that don't make money. Women have the luxury of doing things that don't make money. We don't.
favor. Do not quit your day job and focus on volleyball.
I know. It's funny. I was offered a pro contract in the fall, and I was going to go to either Portugal or Germany, but the YouTube stuff was going, so I had to make a choice.
But this is exactly what I'm saying, Pearl.
Suffice it to say, she made the right decision.
Your passion is volleyball. You can make approximately $14 from volleyball. You can make $1 million in a year doing YouTube.
Yeah.
Might as well work.
Yeah, but I was passionate about both. But yeah, you're right.
Hey, listen, I'm
This
going to
is
take that.
my
I'm going
dad-
to take that W right there. That's a win
My
right
dad
there.
just always told me he didn't care if we were passionate about selling toothpicks on the side of the road. Just do something you love, and that's what my dad would tell me.
I would say.
Oh boy. Again. No slight on Pearl, but again, she is a trust fund kid, right? And listen. If I were as wealthy as Mr. Pearly, as Mr. Just Pearly Things, I would advise my sons and daughters to do the same thing. And the reason why I would do that is because if they end up being broke, I'm there to help them out. I'll make sure they have a car. I'll make sure they'll never want for anything.
I would say you have to find that balance, because if you're all about the money, you're going to get burnt out. You have no idea how many guys I know that went to Wall Street, started working at Wall Street firms in their early 20s, and by the time they're fucking 30, they had $1 million in the bank, and they have no hair left. They're on suicide watch because their entire life was just consumed with money, and there's no balance with that. But if you're only about your passion and you're broke as shit, that's also a bad situation to be in. So finding that happy medium.
I think you have to find jobs to empower your hobbies. I think is the good thing to do, because depending my hobby was music.
Yeah.
I went to school for music and everything, but I had my job on the side because realistically.
See, he went to school for music. He's not making money doing music. He was passionate about music. Well, he happens to be good at video games, debates, and all that good stuff, and now he can follow his passion. Osama bin Smashin, $10 super chat, says, "I believe following the money can lead you to affording your passion." That's exactly correct. It's just what Sosnick just said. If you follow the money, and dude, use your 20s. You have the youthful energy. You can, I remember when I was in my 20s, dude, I used to be able to do everything full steam all the way. 4 or 5 hours of sleep, in your 20s, you have the distinct advantage of more or less burning the candle at both ends, so to speak, right? Obviously, that's not healthy to do long term, but you can get a lot more done in your 20s with a lot less sleep. That's just how it works. So you use your 20s, your youthful exuberance and energy, to work your ass off, and then from your 30s on, then maybe you can cruise.
Like, I don't know if I'm going to be a fucking famous saxophone player, like making
Yeah.
enough money to pay the bills. So that finding the balance is really important because not everybody can make it as like
You're saying having the balance with what?
like if you have a passion, that's good, but like you have to make sure you can monetize it.
So
right?
Yeah, you have to make sure not just monetize it. You just have to make sure. You have to make sure that you have a job to pay the bills. Yes.
I have one addendum to that. I'm not going to try to one up you. I'm just one addendum.
Okay.
I would say know your skill set and utilize that to make money. Meaning, it's not, I'm not shocked that I'm hosting a show. I was like always a funny kid in school. I was always loud. I did stand-up comedy for years. I was a club
No shit. How about that?
promoter. I was a nightlife guy. I was
Oh,
always good
wow.
with networking, socializing. So I got into sales, and I was
Yep.
very comfortable as an extrovert,
Yep.
understanding
Yep.
that I am this type of person. And I was like, all right, how can I make money with this type of personality? Well, sales, networking, being the business guy,
right.
like that. So there's two pieces of advice here, and then I want to get your advice, Alex. So here's my advice, and this is for the people at home. Are you an introvert or are you an extrovert? Which one are you? Pick
this
one.
is
Pick
good.
one.
I like
I'm an
this.
extrovert. Okay.
Okay.
You might be more of an introvert. I don't know.
an introvert, yeah.
You're an introvert. Okay, cool. So there's two things you
So Alex from Playing with Fire is a self-proclaimed introvert. So I guess that would make him a Sigma because he's the introverted alpha. You guys didn't catch that? All right. I guess you had to be there.
could do. If you're an extrovert, the way you can monetize being an extrovert is get into something with sales, networking,
There you go.
social dynamics,
Yes, sir.
interacting with people.
That's it.
Understand that.
That's right.
If you're an introvert,
Listen up, guys.
there's
This is-
something called the riches are in the niches. Be fucking great at something very specific where you, whether it's a doctor, an accountant, a tax guy, whatever it is, engineer, and you can sit there in front of a computer, YouTuber,
And just plug
and you
away.
understand
Yep.
analytics and data and just fucking be the man. Now, where you can be the GOAT,
This is why Devin and I work so well together. This is why we work so well together, guys. Okay? Clearly, I am the extrovert in the relationship. She's the introvert. You guys can see, I mean, obviously you guys know Devin, though she is good on camera, she's very, very uncomfortable on camera. She's very uncomfortable on camera. I remember the first time her and I did Fresh and Fit after hours. She was nervous as hell. She was nervous, she was anxious, and she did well. But because she has an introverted personality, it kind of made her anxious. That's why I handle everything in front of the camera. She handles everything behind the camera. But yeah, Dre Raven says Sas's advice is spot on. Yeah, this is good stuff, man.
is where you can blend those two skills, be the best at one specific skill set, but also using your social equity right there and combining those, and that's amazing. So look at Pearl. Pearl is a very, very good question asker.
Yes,
Very good. I've
she
noticed
is.
about that.
Yes.
So would you say that you're a very high extrovert or not really?
I'm in the 97th percentile for extroversion.
There
When I
she
took
is.
The test, yeah.
Okay. So
Well, I mean, I guess. Look, man. The reason why I knew Pearl was going to do big things is because she is not afraid to talk to people she does not know. She's out on the street in England with a sign over her, wearing a sign. I forgot what it said. Disagree with me. Do you agree or disagree? And she's talking. I mean, just random people, man. Yeah.
what you're good at is if you use your extrovert skills, 97%. Somehow she knows that. But also, I would say that you're very high technical ability. Like you understand YouTube, or you understand how to delegate YouTube, okay? And you combine those.
Yeah, just in the conversations that I've had with Pearl, she is extremely knowledgeable about how the algorithm works, what you can say and what you can't say. And again, the reason why she's aware of all these things is because of the team she has behind her.
So it's no secret, because I see you do your panel, you're asking questions of a wide range of people, but you understand how to delegate the introvert skills, right? And that's why I think you've had so much success, and the shorts.
Yeah, it's really important to know what you're bad at and outsource it.
There you
I
go.
would say. Like, for example, I'm not great at managing people. Like, I just got too much going on. I
Yeah.
can't manage all these people.
You can barely
But-
manage your own schedule, Pearl. I've had to help you fucking clean up your act of the last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
true.
Pearl will be
I
stuck
never
crying
know.
in a goddamn airport right now if it weren't for your voice sauce.
I found my car.
She was like reliving, dude, where's my car? Okay.
Oh my gosh.
But we found it.
Look at
Okay.
it. Yeah, but it's really good to like be able to outsource that stuff. So like I found a manager that could help like manage people and like because he's bad. I'm not very good at attention to detail, so it was really good for me to outsource that
Yes.
because that's just not a skill of mine.
What I fully agree with
See
is
that?
recognize what you're good.
Do you hear this? She just said, I'm not good at managing people. I'm not good at attention to detail. So all of these deficiencies that people make fun of her for having, what she did, she said, okay, I have X, Y, and Z deficiencies. I'm going to hire people to take it. I'm going to hire someone to do what that particular job is going to do. This is why people. This is why. This is. And again, this is the answer. You guys are getting the answers right here. You guys are getting the answers right here. All of these guys, all of these haters coming out of the woodwork. Pearl is this. Pearl is that. All of the hate is coming from the fact that they're like, dude. And listen, let's keep it real. Pearl is not a very good debater. Neither am I. I'm not a very good debater. Pearl is not, dude. Pearl does not. She's not a very good debater. Sometimes she just screws the pooch. She knows what she's good at and what she's not. She's not a good debater, but she's a very good inquisitor. She has razor sharp instincts in terms of which questions to ask and when and how to ask them, right? So all the shit that people talk about, well, she's not this and she's not that. Trust me, Pearl knows what she is deficient at. And so what she does, and so what she has done is she has recognized her deficiencies early on and hired someone to make up for that deficiency. That is one of many reasons she's passed everybody. No, she's not the most knowledgeable. She's not the most attractive. Let's see. She's not the quickest. I mean, I don't know. She can be quick on her feet. She's not the greatest debater, but she knows how to ask questions, number one. Number two, she is an extrovert. And number three, she's good at networking, bringing people together. You don't have to be the world's greatest YouTube to have you don't have to be the world's greatest YouTuber to have a good YouTube channel. But you do have to have you do have to have an excellent team behind you. Yeah, Jay Blaze said it. Said CGA said it best. CGA said it best. Pearl is an interviewer and moderator. There you go. That's what it comes down to. Vaughn says her hate comes from the black community. Yep. Yeah, man. The black YouTube, the black manosphere hates her. But, I mean, guess what? Whether black YouTube hates Pearl or not doesn't matter. She's still passing all their punk asses. So they can all go fuck themselves.
Good at, double down on that. And what you're not good at.
Josh Maringo, member for 7 months, says greater or equal to, I'm assuming that's what that means. Less than or equal to 120 IQ plus work ethic, then follow your passion. No, that is greater or equal to, because when it's less than, it's pointing to the left. Referring back to my fourth grade math teacher, Mr. Skaga.
Delegate. Okay. You're very good at understanding dynamics in dating, right?
Yeah.
How did you get to that, and how were you able to basically start monetizing your skill set?
Wait, can I first, before I answer that,
Sure.
disagree with Destiny real quick?
Oh.
Because I don't.
Fuck no.
Feel
It
free,
begins.
Alex.
It begins.
He's looking for that.
I
Careful, I
think
got a
that
98% on my extrovert test, okay? So I'm very extroverted. Be careful.
I think college is overrated for the vast majority of majors.
here
this
we
is
go.
coming from someone who went to a really good school and
Here
had
we
a
go.
scholarship for it.
There you go.
All my friends who I've talked to who graduate from college, most of them are miserable with their jobs. I think if you're
Oh, shit. Wait a minute. Sorry about that. Hit the wrong button. So, Alex, I agree with Alex with what he just said. I disagree with his tact. All my friends who have degrees, all my friends who have degrees, blah, 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 blah. He did the same thing with me. Well, all the alpha guys I know do X, Y, and Z. That's, I mean, you can't use anecdotes to make broad, sweeping generalizations. Just make the generalization. That's it.
doing STEM, you're doing science, then yeah, go to college. But for most majors, I think college is overrated.
I agree.
And it's not going to get you the kind of lifestyle that you think it's going to get you. I think the best advice is to find a skill that people need. So, for example, I have a friend who works at Trader Joe's, but he does he helps me out and takes videos with me. So I got him to start a photography business, right? Because people need photo shoots. Like a lot of people have really bad photos, right?
Yeah,
so
they
his
do.
whole angle is going to be taking photos for people's Tinders. So I think anyone can find a little niche and get really good at something that people need, people desire. I think that for some people, again, if you're doing STEM, go to college. For everything else, I think it's kind of a waste of time.
You're about to open up a can of whoop ass right now
Yeah,
from our
I'm
friend
going to
Destiny.
disagree with you, and Adam's going to catch some bullets on the side.
Let's
okay.
go.
When you tune into these kinds of shows and you get advice for how to manage your finance to be successful, this advice is being applied to like the top 1% of people. For most people, it doesn't matter, right? When I was working at a carpet cleaner,
Nope. No, see? There's flaw number one. He said for most people, it doesn't matter. No, it matters for everyone. It matters for everyone. Just because you're not making six figures doesn't mean you shouldn't have a budget. As a matter of fact, the least amount of money you make, the more you should make a budget, right? The least amount of money you make, the more that you should budget. So right there, I disagree with Destiny on that. The financial advice they were giving, the financial advice that they were giving were for people of all ages, races, socioeconomic statuses, and bank accounts. So for him to say that the financial advice that they were giving people was just for the top 1%, that is not true. Everyone should create a budget, not just the top 1%.
there is no like invest in yourself or, figure out the skill set that you have to do things that are better than other people. Most people just don't have the types of skills naturally in areas that are in ultra high demand. If you did, most people could be successful or be in, these positions. But for every one person you see that, was able to start a YouTube business, there's a million people behind him that tried and failed miserably. The reason why I like college is because college is just a very safe and secure path to an almost guaranteed end goal where you have like some sort of job that's paying you like a decent amount of money, assuming you don't do anything stupid in the process, like going to out-of-state schools, paying tuition and board for like a random arts degree that's not going to pay you anything, assuming you're not.
Oh, see? So here we go. Now he's making Alex's argument for him. Alex said most degrees, he said, listen, if you're doing STEM, science, like I said earlier, pre-law, pre-med, college is fine. But he said most college degrees are useless. And Destiny said he disagreed, yet here he is talking about some of the useless degrees that people have in college. So he disagreed with Alex, but now he's making Alex's case for him.
Coming from a wealthy family. I just like college because it puts you on a solid path. If there are things that you feel like you have an aptitude for, that you can do better, like if you're incredibly entertaining, if you've got a skill set that's high in demand in certain industries, then yeah, sure, like try there. But for the vast majority of people listening, as much as we talk about like hustle culture and drop shipping and all that shit, like there'll be people that I see online talk about having like 7 streams of like fucking revenue, and they're making like $22 a month on each of them. Like these people are busting their ass, working all day, reading white papers they can't understand about crypto.
Nah. See, that's no. That's see right there. That's a false dichotomy. And he's very, very good at speaking very, very quickly and glazing over things. Anyone who, when you bust your ass, when you put in the work, success will come. So long as you're doing it the right way, success will eventually come. If you bust your ass, it might not be on the timetable that you want. But to say that there are people out there busting their ass with 7 streams of income and making $22 a month because of this and that, no. That's not true. The world is a meritocracy, okay? The world is a meritocracy. The harder you work, the more opportunities you create for yourself. Nobody's out here busting their ass with 7 side hustles and making $22 a month. That to me, that is an unnecessary exaggeration.
That they're going to go broke on.
Yeah, Osama bin Smashin says people that sound smart sometimes don't realize they contradict themselves a lot. Yeah.
Trying to drop ship on the side and selling like 52 cents of shit on Amazon. And that's just the reality for most people. So yeah, I like that.
No. Do you hear that? That's the reality for most people. Well, wait a minute. He just said that the reality for most people, he just used an extreme example. Like the hustle culture and this and that. Yes, there are some failure stories, but anyone who's making $22 a month doing drop shipping clearly isn't doing it right. They're looking for some sort of shortcut They're not putting in the hours. If you work hard at something, you increase your odds of success with your work. To suggest that people are busting their ass and making $22 bucks a month while funny is false.
I like the solid, reliable path, assuming you don't have another skill that you can lean into.
What?
But most people, oh, sorry.
Do you agree that some majors are useless? I'm just curious.
No major is useless. Some majors don't make money, but people talk about useless majors like
Okay.
the only point of college is to make.
Okay, yes, okay. So there we go. You have to ask the right question. Okay, fine. Listen, he's right. No major is completely useless, but there are a lot of majors out there where you don't make very good money at all. So again, he goes from the literal to the figurative, back and forth very, very smoothly, right? He took it right to the extreme. Well, no major is completely useless. Clearly, obviously. But there are a lot if there weren't as many majors that weren't worth the time and effort and money you spent on it, then there wouldn't be people talking about, hey man, I went to school, have a useless major. Hell, Myron Gaines, he's got a degree in criminal justice. Guess what he's doing with it? Nothing. It was pointless. Mike Steele says, no, it's not. My sister has a double master in art history and library sciences and can't afford her own place because she makes about $30,000 a year and she's 43 years old. Well, there you go. So no degree is completely useless by definition. But there are enough degrees out there that are not worth the time and effort and money that you put into it, to the point to where, yeah, there are plenty of stories out there that say, yeah, you know what? I wish I had gone to college for something else.
Make money.
Right.
Like,
It
how can I-
comes down to ROI.
Yeah. So
Thank
that's-
you.
People don't understand. Of course.
Return on investment.
ROI, but when we talk about ROI, the return part there of that investment, the return can be cultural. We need art majors. We need history majors.
Oh, no, Destiny. Oh, no. The return. Oh, yeah, this is cute. The return part can be cultural. I'm sorry, Destiny, but cultural return on investment, that doesn't pay the bills, fam. That doesn't pay the bills. Like, I understand what he's talking about. If you get an art degree or a history degree, whatever the case may be, okay, so you're a little bit more well-cultured, et cetera, et cetera. But a return on investment means money. A return on investment means money. Because you can't pay the bills with culture. Like, oh, you get a cultural return. Okay, fair enough. But guess what? Culture doesn't pay the bills. Having the kind of intelligence or the kind of experiences that most people can't or don't have, that doesn't pay the bills. No, what pays the bills is money. And so when we say return on investment, we're talking about monetary investment. Because guess what? When I go to college, if I decide to go to college, guess what? The admissions department is not going to take culture for payment. Well, I mean, you owe us $50,000 for this year's school. Okay, well, I'm extremely cultured, so by having me on campus, I'm adding culture. Guess what? Guess what the school's going to do? They're going to laugh. They're going to laugh you out of the room. You want to know why? Because the school's got bills to pay. They got electric bills. They've got overhead. They've got teachers on salary. So when we say ROI, return on investment, what he's doing is he is changing the definition. He's changing the definition. I agree, you can be a little more cultured, but guess what? When you've got a mortgage payment, when you've got a car payment, whatever the case may be, you want to be able to live. So don't miss me with this, well, you could get it culturally. No, culture doesn't pay the bills. Sorry.
English majors. It's an important part of having a functioning society. College shouldn't just be a jobs training program. There should be other things that we learn and we have exemplified in society as well, I think.
Yeah, if you're going there purely for the education factor and just want to get an education, then sure. But most people aren't doing it. They're doing it because they want to get a job. And most of the people, the people who follow, marketing majors or accounting majors, they all pretty much hate their jobs. None of them are really happy from what I've seen.
Yeah, but I mean, if they wouldn't have gone to school, they're going to be happy anyway. It's not like if they would have flunked school or not done it. They're like, oh, I'm so much happier working at Wendy's or whatever.
I mean, I agree with you.
See, already he goes to the extreme. So Alex makes a very good point. All right, listen, man, there are a lot of guys. And listen, we know that most people slaving away in cubicle farms probably hate their lives. They probably hate their lives. But if they didn't do that, all of a sudden now we're working at Wendy's. So this appears to be Destiny's move. What he likes to do, What he likes to do is he likes to come up with extreme hypothetical examples and sort of weave it in with what he describes as reality, right? He talked about a bunch of people, with 7 streams of income and busting their ass for, hours and hours every month and making $22 reading shit that they don't understand. No, that's not happening. That's not happening. If somebody's making $22 a month, it means they're not doing something right. And more often than not, they're not putting the time in. Nobody's going to bust their ass if they're making $22 a month. It's just not going to it just doesn't work that way.
That like there's a lot of glorified things like drop shipping that probably are not for the average person, but there's little things you can do like video editing. If you can learn video editing, there's gonna be a whole bunch of people who will hire you.
There you go.
No, stop. I'm going to hold you guys to this.
How?
How many people, realistically, the percentage of people listening right now could make money video editing on YouTube?
Probably less than a quarter of a percentage. What's your point?
It's like less than 1%.
Yeah, of course.
If there's a good video editor and you email me, I will give you a job.
No,
Yeah, but the
I
problem is
actually-
how much money can that person make?
No, I
A good
actually
amount, if they're good
disagree.
at their craft.
They're about the video editing. Like I had like a lot of my contractors didn't know like literally anything about video editing, and we trained them. And
And
these
you had to
people-
train them.
These are people in third world countries with
Yeah,
no
okay. I'm
skills.
glad you brought that up because I'm going to say
Like-
you're hiring people in India to video edit, which makes it even
Yeah.
harder for the average person listening
Yeah.
to make money video editing. So if you want to pay somebody like $5 or $20 to edit a video, for the people listening at home, that's even more difficult for
actually,
you.
The guy in Nigeria makes roughly $10K a month editing.
10K a month.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so
For
if you're a
a-
Nigerian, you're listening, then I guess the.
Bro,
okay,
90
Do you see how he goes specific every time? And again, I understand his point in terms of what now he's talking about the exception to the rule. Now he's talking about the exception to the rule. Most people don't know how to video edit, right? Most people don't know how to video edit. Like let's just get that right. But again, let's not get lost on the fact that there are enough college degrees that do not yield a monetary return on investment to the point to where it was actually worth the time and the money and the effort spent going to college, enough to where we have people with all of these stories. Pardon me. There are so many, dude. There, and I don't know what the percentages are. But, dude, you could go anywhere in the United States. You can go anywhere in the United States, and you will run into people who say, "Yeah, I went to school for XYZ degree, and I'm not making money. I went to school for ABC degree, not really making money." I don't know what the percentages are, but to suggest that college is the most stable path, to me that's false. Casual Germ says 10K a month to edit videos. Sheesh. Dude earns his money. Dude is editing that dude is editing between 25 and 30 videos daily. He absolutely earns his money. Unpopular Truth with the $10 super chat says Hafiz and Disney have the same technique. They just try to talk a lot so you can forget what they're saying, and then if you don't say something, they act like they won the point. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
9%
There's a
of
dude in
people are
Nigeria making
incompetent.
10K a month. That's the king of Nigerian.
Yeah,
That's like
no, he because he just does so much. He started hiring his friends like he did. Yeah.
Because the reality is,
There's
as somebody
like-
that's hired video editors, even of the majority of video editors that know how to edit videos and apply to like positions to work for me, most of these people aren't even that good. So the average viewer at home is not going to pick up video editing unless you've got like an aptitude.
Yes, but guess what? The average viewer at home is not going to get a sufficient ROI from going to a 4-year school. Listen, I agree with Destiny about the video editing. That's an example. Those guys are the exception to the rule. But going to college for 4 years and getting a degree that's not going to give you the monetary ROI, like if you have an art degree, it'll be, dude. If you are blessed, if you are lucky, and you are supremely gifted and talented, you might see a return. You might break even 20 years down the line if you're lucky. A degree in sociology, social work, etc., math teach. I mean, again, there's a reason why there are enough people talking about this deficiency with ROI for it to be a discussion. It's not just nobody. I think Destiny is trying to indirectly imply that these quote-unquote useless degrees, and let's define useless, doesn't give you a monetary ROI. In other words, the job that you have as a result of your degree, it's not paying the bills like you thought it would, right? That's the way it is with a lot of people who go to college.
For it, but in that case, you're already like a very slim minority.
Okay,
of people.
can I just kind of like?
It's your show. You can do whatever you want.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tighten
do
this
it.
up and put the circle together.
See, Pearl is about to ask a very poignant question here.
Everyone has a point here because what we're talking about is essentially is you got to figure out what's right for you. The problem is that we all have to make these life decisions at 18. So what are you going to do for the rest of your life? It's like, dude, I don't know. I'm 18. I'm just trying to get laid. Okay,
Yeah.
but the problem is what major you're going to pick. Where are you going to go to? ROI. What the hell is ROI? I can barely even spell, and I got to spell ROI. What you said exactly was, yeah, well, you need music majors. You need people. This is the same argument that people make where they're like, you tell Adam, you tell people to save that money, save that money. We need to spend money so the economy stays on. I'm like, oh, so now it's your fucking job to keep the economy alive? No, it's your job to keep your economy alive. So yes, I do agree we need music majors and theater majors and art majors and majors that don't pay shit. But do you want to be dead broke because you're contributing to society? I don't know about that.
Okay, wait, hold on. It's such a dumb straw man. If you're broke as fuck, you come from a broke family, you shouldn't be going to school to be a PhD history major, right? Obviously, I agree with that. But I'm saying, like, for people from middle-class families that want to go to school and do, like, other things like history and art, I just don't like that there's this concept of, like, a worthless degree. And it's like knowledge and education and, like, the expansion of, like, our whole understanding of the world, I think is important. Even
Yeah, that's cute of him to talk about how important the understanding of the world is from a wealthy standpoint, right? That's easy for him to say. He's wealthy. He's wealthy. So, so what he's essentially saying is to the viewers at home, it's okay to go to college to get a degree that's not going to it's going to get you a degree that's not going to be sufficient for a monetary return on investment, and you'll also be struggling, but hey, it'll help us to understand the world. Dude, the understanding of the world doesn't pay the bills. It doesn't pay the bills, man. Like, this is not a utopia. Like that's not the way it works. It's almost as though destiny is. It's almost as though he is encouraging people to go to school. He's almost encouraging people not to go out and try to make money, right? So we say so clearly he understands, and by making this argument, he acknowledges that going to college a lot of times doesn't really give you that good of a salary coming out in certain fields. But his argument is that, well, you should go anyway because it helps us understand the world. You might not get a monetary return on your investment, but you'll get the return on investment as far as culture and understanding of the world. And again, that's all well and good. But culture and understanding of the world, that does not pay the bills. It doesn't pay the bills, man. There are, and again, I don't know what the percentages are, but there are millions of people with degrees that are not helping them in the workforce. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. And to suggest that everyone should go to and to suggest that people should go to college at that point, that people should go to college at that point and not worry about a monetary return on investment, I don't know. To me, that's a little bit arrogant. It's almost like he's saying, like, hey, listen, man, hey, okay, so you go to college, you get a quote unquote useless degree, but at least you get payment and culture and experience and all that. Yeah, easy for you to say, but would you advise your son to go? Well, again, he's wealthy, but if he were a middle class, lower class, upper class, whatever the case may be, would he advise his son to go to school? And if the answer is yes, great. But that's not the way it should be for a lot of people.
ways to make a lot of money.
My-
But I'm not
my-
going to tell a kid from the project to go to be an English major or something, right?
Would you agree that some majors don't have a good ROI?
If you're only
So,
measuring return in terms of
Here we go. Dude, he never answers. This again is where he argues in bad faith. He almost never answers questions directly. Pearl asked him a question. Do you agree that there are college degrees that do not have a good ROI? He couldn't say yes. He can't even cap. But what's your definition of ROI? ROI, this right here, Destiny, this pays the bills, fam. Okay? This is what pays the bills. This right here is what gives you your mortgage. This right here is your car payment. This right here are your daily living expenses, your monthly food bill, money to live a half decent life. I don't like the way, dude, like, this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. We all want to make more money. We all do. We all do. There are very few people who actually go to work doing what they love to do. Nobody works for free. Nobody works for free. But to suggest that you should forego money to get culture instead of an ROI, to me, that's irresponsible.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Okay,
I would say-
finally. Okay, good.
I
like
have a
we
worthless degree. I went to BU Business School. I have a marketing degree. It's been completely worthless for my career.
Yeah, mine's been worthless too.
But
all the
I
people
think
I know have worthless degrees.
we're saying two separate things, and they can both be valid. What he's saying is, hey,
No.
if you go to school, hear me out. If you go to school and you get a degree, there's going to be some merit in that. There's going to, even if you don't kill it and make a lot of money.
Okay, I'll
and have
agree with
debt,
that.
You're still contributing to society. You're still going to have a job. You're going to have all that.
Yeah, and I will agree with that. I will totally agree with that. However, there are a disproportionate number of degrees that do not give you the sufficient monetary ROI. How many companies out there? How many companies out there do we have that will help you with your student loan debt? How many companies out there, hey, consolidate your student loan debt and blah, 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 blah. There's a new government program. These programs would not exist if there were sufficient, these programs would not exist if there were sufficient monetary, meaning dollars, ROI from these particular majors. These programs would not exist if these people were getting a proper ROI. Those are the facts. Those are the facts.
And then the other position is like, yeah, well, the reason that you're going to school and taking out college loans,
Thank you,
and getting degrees is so you can make more money in life.
Yeah, look, man, nobody goes to college to become more cultured unless they come from a wealthy family. Like people who study abroad and this, that, and the other. That is enriching, and that's great. And if your family is in a position to where you are fortunate enough to be able to have those experiences and not have to worry about making money on the back end, dude, more power to you. You're gonna live a longer, better life. But for the rest of us, the reason we went to school was to make more money. That's the reason we did it. That's the reason we did it. Men, we sacrifice what we want to do for what we need to do. That is our burden of performance. Our burden is to provide. That's what it is. That is our burden of performance. And men, we gladly accept the responsibility. Men, we understand that, hey, you know what? I don't have time to go to a 4-year school to become enriched and get culture and all that. No, I need to go to school to make money. And if I can't do it at a traditional 4-year school, then guess what? I don't even know how you get into Wall Street. Take the Sector 7 or the Section 7 exam or whatever the case may be.
Life. If not, just don't go to college. So like, it's kind of two sides of the same coin. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know. The only merit that's been to my degree is the fact that I got to party a lot in college. That's the only merit I have.
You can
My
say that, but the
marketing-
numbers.
Let me finish the point. The marketing degree I have, it has been completely worthless for the marketing of my business. I have learned more
Thank
watching
you.
YouTube videos about
Thank you.
marketing than
There
I
you
did during
go.
4 years in college. And I
Thank you. Oh my God. Let me give him a Don fucking DeMarco. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask the audience a question. And I don't think anybody's thought of this. What percentage of people today, here on January 9th of 2023, have learned more from watching YouTube videos than they did in college? Right here. And when I say learned more on YouTube, I mean actionable, marketable skills. Okay? Actionable, marketable skills that you can monetize. There are very few, how can I put this? There are very few majors in school that you can there are very few things that you learn at a 4-year college that you can actually transform into something monetary, substantially monetary. Alex just nailed it on the head. He just nailed it on the head. He said, dude, my marketing degree is useless. I learned everything I know about marketing from YouTube videos. That is exactly how it works. The educational system has changed. The world has changed. Devin in the chat, this is perfect. She says, my tech career began as a receptionist at an internet company during the day while I worked at Carrabba's Cook at nights. I eventually moved into the marketing department and quit the night job. Exactly. That's exactly right. Devin didn't go to a 4-year school. She didn't go to a 4-year school, and she is a fucking SEO wizard. Guys, I am blown away by what this woman knows. I am absolutely, it blows my mind when she, like, the stuff that she talks about on the back end, and it's just, it makes my head explode. It makes my head explode. Yeah, put it on the poll, Dev. Put it on the poll. Put it on the poll. Here's the question. Which place have you learned the most, I guess, actionable, monetizable, money-makeable, if that's a word, skill? What is the most monetary, where have you gotten the most monetarily valuable information in your life? Did you get it at a 4-year college, or did you get it on YouTube or any other medium? If you can make that succinct. Jackie Loves Jack with a $2 super chat says you do not have to go to college to be cultured. Nope. Totally agree.
Actually had good
Yep, Devin says Google search are free. Exactly.
grades.
100% agree.
But
you can
again,
learn
hold on.
more
That's
on
going to
YouTube
apply. That's going to
than
apply
in
to a
class.
specific subset of people that you see on stage. Like the people that can't learn aren't making it up here. They're at home earning nothing, trying to make it online, doing some crazy side hustle, like following Instagram stories. Most people can't make it in the YouTube world. Most people can't.
Right. Most people can't make it in the YouTube world. That's correct. But that doesn't mean that the answer is going to school. Is going to a traditional 4-year school.
Can't self-teach. If they could, schools wouldn't exist.
Yeah, well,
right?
one of the things I always
There'd be
say
no
is
such thing as tutors.
Whoa. People do self-teach. People do self-teach. You guys want to know something? You guys have heard of Better Bachelor, right? Most of us probably have. This is interesting. So I was texting with him a while back. Give me a second. So I was texting with him a while back, and hang on. And I wanted to know about his bus. Hang on a second. Bear with me here, guys. I'm gonna have to do. I asked Joker about his bus. I said, dude, like, you built the bus from the ground up. How did you come across all this knowledge? You know what he said to me? He's like, dude, I just watched YouTube videos. That's what he said. He said, I just watched YouTube videos. It was incredible.
The thing I always say is most people are most people.
Yeah,
Okay,
for
there's
sure.
very few A students. There's very few F students. Most people are in between. For every fucking valedictorian, there's another idiot that didn't show up to class. Everyone is kind of in between. It's your job to improve yourself. What's the term that they talk about learning on yourself? Autodidactic?
Autodidactic or something,
What is
yeah.
that exactly? When you can just learn on your own? It's exactly what you could do on YouTube. I think YouTube was one of the best inventions ever.
Thank you.
If you are a autodidact and you're willing to improve by yourself and you want to just dedicate days, months, years of your life learning, oh my God, the things you could do on YouTube and in Google. Back in the day, you're 32?
34.
34. You got great skin though. That's what it is.
so much.
How old are you?
I'm 33.
33. You're 26.
Yeah.
So he and I are talking. I said, dude, I'm watching your bus video. This is unreal, man. How on earth did you learn all these skills? I said again, dude, this is incredible. Holy shit, man. He said, thanks. Appreciate it. I read technical data on electricity. Resistance, voltage, OHMs, and amperage, and then just got to it. Was good practice for an eventual home product, and it was a ton of fun. All in all, not that expensive compared to buying a trailer, really. I said, how long did it take you? He said, I'd say it was maybe an easy pace 2 years. I think if I really pushed and budgeted was no option, I could get it done in 6 to 9 months. I said, shit, man, it's one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. Real talk. He said, thank you very much. I got most of the information off YouTube. This dude turned a bus into a fucking house. He turned a bus into a fucking house. And guess what? If he did go to school, he didn't need it.
Nat's still 21 somehow.
He's just turned 16.
But back in the day, what we used to have encyclopedias,
Britannica and
the
shit.
card
Yep.
catalog.
Yep.
You young kids have no I feel like I sound like an 80-year-old man right now. You have no idea how hard it was. You could just Google something, YouTube something,
There you go.
Instacart something, Uber something. Everything's at the tip of your
Sure,
finger.
but I think it's important to recognize that, like, we say that, like, all the information is available on the internet. If people could learn on their own, we would have the fucking smartest society in the world right now. Everybody would be learning.
No. People can learn on their own, and they do learn on their own with Google and YouTube.
People are lazy.
Most people are most
Which is why most people need teachers and colleges.
No. Teachers don't make lazy people unlazy. That's just the way of it.
Also like to offer, I know you said most people can't teach on, like learn on their own. I agree. One thing that I did when I
Most people, I think, can learn on their own. They don't have to be didactic, but most people can. Like, dude, I'm not an engineer. One of my supporters sent a 3D printer to my place for Christmas. Sent it to my place for Christmas. I looked at the instructions and I was like, how did I build it? I watched a YouTube video. It took me 5 hours, but I did it. This was some complicated stuff, guys. This was very, very complicated. Okay? And I'm no technical engineer, blah, 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 but fam, like YouTube, the internet, like this is why school is so much less necessary. Is the internet. If your kid is in algebra and he or she comes home with an algebra problem, you could plug in that problem right now and get the solution. Just like that. Any sort of algebraic, trigonometry, doesn't matter. You plug it into Google, voila.
I lived in
School is, dude, listen, I understand where he's coming from, but dude, secondary education is not as necessary as it used to be. In some cases it is, but dude, most of the time it's a waste of time.
Milwaukee was I actually called C-level executives and asked them to like meet with me to get like career advice.
Do you hear this, guys? Do you hear this? Pearl is dropping.
In the world right now.
Listen to me. Pearl again. And see, this is where people don't listen to what she says. All they want to do is hate. Listen very closely. Listen.
We're learning
People
everything.
are
on it.
lazy.
Most people are
Which is why most
Most people can't teach on, like learn on their own. I agree. One thing that I did when I lived in Milwaukee was I actually called C-level executives and asked them to like meet with me to get like career advice.
I called C-level executives to meet with me to give me career advice. This is again another reason why Pearl is where she is. She needed advice, so she sought the advice of people who know better. She chased her manager for 2 years. Guys, this is why she's successful. She knows what she doesn't know. She's proactive in reaching out to people to extrapolate advice. When she was starting her YouTube channel, dude, I'm on the phone with her an hour every day, walking her through the hookups and how to do this and how to do that. Pearl has no problem with reaching out and getting getting professional advice. Professional advice. This is her knack. This is what she does. She said, I reached out to C-level executives to give me career advice. Is there any wonder why she is where she is?
A lot of people in positions that you want to be in are willing to meet with you and
There
like
you go.
mentor. Like if someone called you and said, "Will you mentor me?" If they chased you down enough, a lot of times like these people will say yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Like,
most.
I got the-
If you chase them down, do you hear this? Do you hear this? If you chase them down enough, a lot of them will say yes. Guys, Pearl is this and Pearl is that. Okay. All right, fine. If Pearl is missing XYZ, guess what she does? She goes to the person or people who know XYZ, and she says, teach me. Guys, that's a recipe for success. James Wingate with the $2 super chat says, let's go San Francisco 49ers. We must beat Eagles. Well, slow down there, Speedy Gonzalez. Slow down there, Speedy Gonzalez. Y'all got to win. You got to win your first playoff game first, homie. You got to win. I mean, look, I understand you're all eager, but you got to win that playoff game first before we come up to Philly. San Fran is very good, though. Crispy C with the $2 super chat says, people want shortcuts instead of hard work. Yep. Totally agree.
The CIO of Harley Davidson to meet with me, and that's $1 billion.
Most
company.
people when they
There you
make
go.
money.
There you go. I got the CIO of Harley Davidson to meet with me. $1 billion company.
I ask people this all the time. I said, all right, if you had $5 million, $10 million, $100 million, what would you do with your free time? All right, what would you do? And everyone says first thing, I travel. I want to see the world. I travel. Obviously, okay, cool. When you're done traveling, you're sick and tired. What do? You want to pursue a passion because you've already made your money. You would do it for free. The third thing is they want to give back and they want to donate.
Right.
When you've made money and you've done stuff in your life, all you want to do is give back to society. That's why how you're able to meet with these people because they're like, oh, here's this young girl that wants to learn. Hey, come right here, bro.
Yeah, and I did that with my manager too. He was the manager at the Daily Wire.
Told you.
And like he
Ben
ended up
Shapiro's platform.
He ended up like quitting his job to manage me, but it all started with me.
Do you guys hear this? Do you guys hear this? The guy who used to work for the Daily Wire, Pearl chased him down for 2 years. For 2 years. Guys, she is giving you the secrets of her success. She's giving you the secrets of her success, guys. She chased him down for 2 years. He happened to quit the job. She was his first phone call. First phone call. That guy, dude, that dude knows, and I've talked to this guy before. Oh my God. This guy knows everything. And the reason I talked to him the first time is because he was about to hire Allende. Yes, gentlemen, that Allende. He was about to hire Allende. Pearl happened to tell me about it. I said, Pearl, you need to tell Kobe to call me right now. Call me right now. Talked to Kobe. I said, Allende, dude, is bad news. Guy's bad news. Kobe said, okay, all right. That's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear. The point is that Pearl, someone she trusted, me, she said, you know what? Allende's trying to give me some knowledge and blah, 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 but let me check with Donovan because he's worked with Allende before. I said, Pearl, exit stage left. Get out of there. Peace out. Got on a 3-way call with her and Kobe. The decision was made. Pearl is uncharacteristically non-impulsive with this stuff. She has the wherewithal and the self-awareness enough to reach out to people who know better than she does. That's what guys, this is why she's been successful. This is why she's been successful, guys. She is telling you, she is giving you the formula.
It all started with me saying, hey, could I have some help with YouTube? And I was just DMing like big media companies and just asking like some of their managers. And some say no, but there's ways around it. If you
some say no, but there's ways around it. See that? See? That's one of the secrets to her success. She's DMing these people at multiple companies. Guess what? She's getting shot down, turned down, blah, 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 blah. But she did get some guidance because she was persistent. Mike Steele says, was this before or after the Fresh and Fit break-in? It was definitely after. It was definitely after. And I got to be honest with you. It probably, dude, the Fresh and Fit break-in, even before the Fresh and Fit break-in, I knew the dude was, I knew that dude was bad news. It was crazy.
don't want to spend.
I love this topic. I love this topic. Who are some of your mentors? Like, who are people you were like, because
I don't have
Destiny wasn't
mentors.
always the smartest guy in the room.
I'm
You must
always
have had to gone to somebody
Nope.
to
I'm
stop
self-made. I'm an island.
No man is an island. Who said that?
Streaming didn't exist when I started as a business.
Yeah, but you
unironically.
must have had some inspiration. Are you really going to be that guy that's saying
I
that
am
there's
that guy.
nobody?
Well, I mean, it's not hard to believe. He made his bones playing video games. Like, I mean, he was one of the first guys to play video games for money. Like, there was nobody to ask about that. So,
Yeah, nobody.
There's nobody you looked up
Who
to.
the fuck would I look up to? There were no other streamers at the time.
see?
In life, you have nobody you look up to?
No.
This is really bad advice, Destiny. This is like horrible advice. Worst advice ever.
I thought
You should always have mentors, gentlemen. You should always have mentors and people that you mentor.
you looked up to me.
Good one. Maybe when we're both standing side by side, but no.
So there's nobody that you're like, all right, that guy's
No, but I'm
kinda-
an exception. Obviously, because my industry was brand new.
No, listen, Destiny's speaking facts. He's speaking facts. Destiny was an uncharted territory. That's understandable.
I grew up
I'm
like
not
really
talking about
independent.
work. I'm just talking about in life.
No,
There's
and I'm-
nobody.
Yeah. No.
You had no posters on your wall as a kid?
I like video game characters. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whose poster was on your wall?
Well, that explains a lot.
I liked Snake from Metal Gear Solid. That
Love-
was
Oh, I
Metal,
fucking
that was
love Snake. Oh, yes. Hell yeah. Oh, yes. Yo, Snake was my guy, man. Oh, my goodness. Damn, dude. I'm starting to like Destiny a little bit more. God damn it. Motherfucking Snake from Metal Gear Solid. God damn. That was the motherfucking game, dude. Man, that was my game. Metal Gear fucking Solid. God damn it. That one and Resident Evil Code Veronica. That was my game. I know those are ancient old schools, but you guys.
Cool enough to smoke cigarettes like those guys, but I never picked
Yeah,
up
I've
that
actually
habit.
never heard of that. But
Yeah.
listen, bro, different show for. Who were some of your mentors or idols when you were growing up that you were like, all right, cool, I want to kind of do what they're doing?
I mean, my dad, obviously. And then
What about women? Were there any female role models? Because the knock on you is like you hate women, right? But you are a woman. So do you hate yourself, right? Which I don't think you hate yourself. I think you love yourself. But did you have female role models or female that you looked up
well,
to?
my mom, of course. So
Okay,
my dad,
other
my
than people
mom.
that lived in your house. Who did you look up to?
Oh, it was probably more like volleyball players, like at the clubs that I was at. So there's a girl named Abby Gilland. I mean, no one would know
Yeah.
who she is. She was a really good volleyball player at my high school.
Okay.
So I would say.
What about known people that people would know? Like, what's your friend's name that you said smoked cigarettes in school? What's
It was
his?
a video game.
Yeah, what is it? Snake from?
Yeah.
Like
Metal Gear
nobody knows
Solid,
that
yes.
person. Or at least anyway, okay.
Oh, we know, Adam. We know.
But-
It's because you weren't a cool kid.
yeah,
playing cool
exactly. I
video
wasn't a
games
cool
growing up,
video
okay?
game nerd. Who did you look
Yeah, there's no such thing as a cool video game nerd. Kind of an oxymoron. Waterproof mop, solar-powered flashlight, and the like.
up to? Like, so
Love Seat Shouty says, why does Nat annoy you so much? I missed it. Dude, Nat annoys us because she brings, number one, her reading skills with these super chats are fucking terrible. There's no voice inflection. There's no intonation. She stumbles over the words. It's ridiculous. The second thing is when she tries to interject into the conversation, 9 times out of 10, it's usually just a bunch of bitch babble.
So, for instance, my favorite basketball player, nobody says this name. Everyone says Michael Jordan or Magic Johnson or LeBron. I loved Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was 6 foot and fucking badass. He was amazing. He was a point guard, and I loved him. And he came from
He's
went
tough
to
as shit.
Indiana. He was the Detroit Pistons. Like, I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah, if you see this, love you, brother. But, like, that was my guy because I was a point guard. I was a little bit shorter. I was like,
Yeah, Mike Steele says she's bad at her job. Yeah, I think that's pretty succinct. Yeah, Nat is bad at her job. Natalia is terrible at whatever it is she does. She's fortunate she's attractive because if she weren't, she would not have this job.
a quicker guy, right? I'm 6 foot for the record. So who famous did you look up to?
I like how you had to add that
Had
in
that.
there. Don't think I'm like 5'10" or something, guys. Okay,
I ain't
am
no
6
pussy
feet,
under
so-
6 foot, all right? Six figures, 6 inches, 6 foot. Now you know.
Okay, thank you. We got that.
Shout out to the red pill.
I don't really think I didn't watch sports. I didn't really watch. We didn't
Nobody?
we didn't have TV in my house growing
Jesus
up.
Christ,
So,
what
like, my
kind of
parents-
household did you live in? I thought your family made money.
Yeah, but my dad.
All right, I'm moving on. That's it. Alex,
I
give me
got a
something
role
good.
model, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
I read his
There you
book
go.
like 20 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me what that guy did for you.
He
Motivation.
literally was the GOAT at 3-4 different careers. He became the best bodybuilder.
Yep.
He became the top earning movie star. He became the governor. That guy did so much.
Also, what Alex is also leaving out is that Arnold Schwarzenegger was a millionaire before he ever became a movie star. He and a couple of his buddies, and I think Stallone might have been involved. Nah, I don't think Stallone was involved at this point. But Arnold Schwarzenegger was already a millionaire because he had like a concrete and masonry type business. So Arnold is just one of those dudes. Like everything he touches turns to gold.
The fact that he was able to be successful in so many different fields
Yeah.
says a lot about his mindset. And
Yep.
he has, at the end of his book, he has like things that made him successful. His 10 mindsets.
I think that's such a great answer. No offense, I know
Yeah,
you had
sorry.
Snake and Abby, the volleyball player. That's okay. But you won the prize on this one. What did you?
Ooh, y'all, don't you start. Don't you start me down this path, y'all. Kyle says, my big 3 are Resident Evil, Metal Gear Solid, and The Legend of Zelda. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I can't. No, sorry. I don't want to derail the show. Sorry.
You learned from Arnold Schwarzenegger that you applied to your life.
I think a big one was visualization. So he talks about how before you achieve something, you need to visualize it. And I've noticed all the autobiographies I've read of successful people, they all have one thing in common is they practice visualization. So that was a big one for me. The second one was
Okay, so a little bit more respect for Alex of PWF. He seems to be well-read and well-learned, right? That makes sense.
It's never giving up, that you're going to have setbacks, that you're going to have times where you think you're failing, but if you can just push through that, then you can come out on the other side. I've personally experienced that, so yeah, stuff like that.
Resident Evil 4 was awesome, dude.
Imagine where you would be right now if you just had one mentor in your life. Just one.
Well, I visualize all the time.
Yeah? What are you envisioning?
Porn.
boy.
What kind of porn do you watch, by the way?
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
I'm very worried right now. You brought it up.
Oh, boy.
If I bring it up, you'll get banned on YouTube.
All right, let's switch gears right now. Nat,
He watches Roberto Alomar stuff. Secondhand Truth says, no golden eye? Oh, no. Do not get me started. Do not get me started on GoldenEye. GoldenEye is the best Bond video game ever. Nintendo 64. My guy was always 006. Alec Trevelyan. Sean Bean. Dude, oh my God. And dude, me and my buddies, we had nicknames for all the guns. The RCP 90s, we called them Killer Bees because it sounded like Killer Bees. Oh my God. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Don't get me. Oh, okay, you guys got to stop. You guys got to stop, man. I cannot get nostalgic during a podcast. You guys are killing me here.
how you doing over there?
Oh, big head mode. Jesus Christ. Dude, hey, this is the last thing I'm going to mention. The last thing I'm going to mention. Me and my homeboys, we always played on License to Kill mode. Always played on License to Kill mode. We didn't do this, firing 8, 9, 10 rounds into the other. No. Oh, no. It was straight up License to Kill. One shot, one kill. If a bullet touched you, bam, that was a wrap. That was a wrap.
There. Who was
Doing
your hero
great.
growing up, other than your mom and dad?
And Adam.
You took them away.
Yeah, I know. I already beat you to the punch.
Yeah.
Mom and dad, not an acceptable answer. Mom, if you're watching this, I love you, but you weren't my hero. Go ahead.
I didn't really have like celebrity people I looked up to.
Vaughn says Tekken was the shit. Yes, sir. TJ Combo.
I would say I don't have an answer for you.
Sick answer, Nat. You're
This is funny. It should come as no surprise that Natalia doesn't have anybody she looks up to.
killing the game.
What if I said Kim Kardashian?
Oh my
Kardashian is
God.
your hero?
Oh,
I said, what
Jesus.
if I said Kim Kardashian?
Okay, you bring
Oh boy.
that up. Do you think Kim Kardashian is a good role model for most women today?
Hell no.
I mean, no.
No.
I mean,
Why did you bring that up?
Maybe from a business perspective and like marketing, sure, but I don't really agree with the way that she got there. But if you want to look at outcomes, sure.
Yeah, but she is now a single mother of 4 in her early 40s who will never be wifed up again. So yeah, she got the money, but Oh, Duke Nukem. Oh my God, Duke Nukem. Oh my God, you guys are fucking killing me, man.
Because why? Because she's a billionaire now?
No, she started with a sex tape.
Yes,
Oh, I
sir.
know, I'm very familiar.
But
Ray J.
it's hard for me to say, like, if I look at the outcome of Billionaire, that you can't learn anything from Kim
Yeah.
Kardashian.
Wait, fuck. I wish I would have read this because I've heard this talking about so many times and I refuse to believe it's true. She is not a billionaire just because she had a sex tape.
No,
tape,
that's
right?
what she
That's what kicked
started
off her
with.
career.
That's what
Sure,
kicked
I mean,
off-
like, that may have kicked some things off, but, like, there's a lot of motherfuckers.
Yes, but Destiny, buddy, that was the genesis. Like, that was the genesis. Without the sex tape, the Kardashian empire never happens. Like, that's just how it is. Yes, there are many other reasons why Kim K is now a billionaire, but the sex tape is what started it.
Sex tapes that
No,
are
I
shit
know,
today.
Yeah, it was
right?
the TV show.
I know,
Also,
sure,
yeah.
yeah.
It's just what made people interested in her.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Oh my God, Twisted Metal was good. Twisted Metal 2 was better. Twisted Metal 2 was better. I used Twister, the fucking IndyCar. Oh my God. My boy Sean used to use Warthog. Oh my goodness.
there's a lot of opportunities that you'll be presented with in life that could be launching pads to massive amounts of success.
That was her launching pad,
Yeah, sure.
Which
but
is-
like, not
which-
everybody is in a position. Like, success is opportunity meets preparation.
Yes.
Not everybody is in a position to take advantage of the opportunities
Right.
in
If I
front
make
of
a
them.
correct.
sex tape, no one's going to give a
Yeah,
shit.
sure. Well,
I don't know. Don't sell yourself short,
Yeah, don't
bro.
sell
I've
yourself
heard
short.
good
You don't
things
have-
about you. What
Yeah.
you got going on there. Your girl's over there, by the way.
Oh, Turok the Dinosaur Hunter. Yes, sir.
Real quick, Nat, let us know when we're going to get some super chats. What I want to address them right now, thank you guys for being a very full disclosure right that. Look forward to the sex tape. Look forward to hearing what kind of porn you're watching these days. What I want to understand is that you were recently on a episode of Vice on a panel what you were discussing feminism and modern
Yep.
women.
Oh, yeah.
What was the biggest takeaway from that episode that you learned?
Feminists are fucking
Oh my
crazy.
gosh, that was the most crazy people I've ever met in my life. We were there for like 6 hours, and they edited it down to like 45 minutes.
That's how editing works.
Yeah, which is
Where were you,
nuts.
in London?
No, I was in New York.
Okay, New York. Gotcha.
What was my biggest takeaway?
Bitches
I
be
don't really
crazy.
It was just, it was nuts. That's what I would
Bitches
say.
be
But
crazy.
did you watch it?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on what Pearl had going on there?
Obviously, I disagree with everything Pearl says, and almost all of the things having to do with women. But my biggest issue with progressives cutting out conservatives from every fucking platform they can is they lose the ability to defend any of their ideas. And then at the end of the day, I think they just end up looking fucking horrible.
They lose the ability to defend any ideas. Guys, we need to listen to that again. Listen to this. This is incredibly profound. Just listen.
With progressives cutting out conservatives from every fucking platform they can is they lose the ability to defend any of their ideas.
There we go. And this is exactly why Kevin Samuels blew up. It's exactly why Fresh and Fit blew up, and that's exactly why Pearl blew up. Because when you're in an echo chamber or a community for too long, at some point you do lose the ability to defend your talking points, to defend your position. If you're cutting everybody out, you're going to lose that ability. People want to see, and I've said this before many, many times. The red pill remained largely unchallenged for years. It was just, it was me and Rollo and the rest of those guys, and it was just kind of a, some people characterize it as a circle jerk. I would disagree, but the red pill didn't really start to go mainstream until Kevin Samuels presented the opposition. For the very first time, we were being challenged in real time. Our ideas were being challenged in real time. That's what gave us the ability to defend our positions. And from that humble beginning, from average is best, boom. Fresh and Fit, just pearly things, etc. Very good point by Destiny.
And then at the end of the day, I think they just end up looking fucking horrible. Like, you'll get questions of like, well, what's one barrier? I think you asked, what's one barrier that you have as a woman in society?
They couldn't
and it's like, well, I'm handicapped. I don't have any legs. Or it's like, well, I'm black. Or like, it's like, okay, what about the woman part, right? Nobody could answer that question.
Nope.
So you get a panel full of people
Yes.
that probably all have like feminist scholar bullshit in their fucking Twitter bios. Not a single person can answer that question. So,
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. Things like that like really bother me when people are supposed to be defending these ideas and they can't because they don't talk to conservatives anymore.
So there were no conservatives on the panel, you're saying?
Well, there were two. Actually, there were 2.5. Pearl was one of them. Oh, I forgot to give Penelope. There you go, Sweetums. Sorry, guys, I forgot to give my hamster the paper towel roll. Pearl was one. Sydney was 2, and Pocahontas was the 2.5. 2.5 women.
She was, and then
There was 2, I would say.
See?
There was
How many women were on the panel?
There was supposed to be like they.
How many women? Let me just use
I don't
that
know,
term.
8,
Jesus
9,
fucking
maybe.
Christ.
They were all women.
No,
oh, careful.
no.
Slippery slope.
There was.
Shout out to Adam Sosnick, who just text messaged me. Says, see you Thursday for the 4 p.m. show. Booker emailed you details. Thanks. I'm reacting to your Pearl, Destiny, Alex podcast now.
4 that were supposed to be conservative, but I would say they got 2 middle of the road and 2
Okay.
actual.
How many trans women?
2.
Yes, 2. One was the host. The other was Peter Griffin.
2 trans women.
Yeah.
Out of 8
And then they were
people on
trying
the.
to tell me I had to play against men in sports. Oh my God! It's always the most unathletic people. It's the most unathletic people that are saying I have to put my body on the line.
By the way,
Shout out, Adam Sosnick says, rock on, tell your audience I said what's up. Sosnick says what's up.
okay, I didn't see the panel, but I got to watch it, and then I'm going to come back to you. Did you see it by any chance?
No.
See the panel?
No.
So how many women are on the panel?
I don't remember. Roughly 8, 9, I would say.
Okay, so
Dude, who
less
knows?
than 10.
Who knows?
And of the 8 or 9 women, you do remember because you said 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Okay. There were 2 trans women?
Yeah, 2.
Okay, so this is not a knock against trans people. How many white, black, Latino, Asian women, how many fat women, short women? Give me a breakdown if you could,
Oh, gosh.
real quick.
I'm going to look this up.
It was like the most diverse panel
It
ever.
was
There was like
really
fat people,
diverse,
there were people of
yeah.
color, there were people
So
of
it was
different
a
religions.
diverse. So they were
Yeah.
solving for diversity.
Yeah.
So okay, so if you're solving for inclusion and diversity and equity and all that fun stuff that people talk about, what percentage of women are trans? In general,
I would guess less
0.1%.
than 1%.
So why would you even have one trans woman on that panel, much less two? So okay, if you're gonna have one trans woman on that panel, cool, I get it, throw that in. But you know how they say the system is rigged? That is rigging the system.
they
There's no
just-
need to have two trans
There you go.
women on a panel representing women.
They
I agree.
just literally wanted them there so they could tell me I have to play sports with dudes. That's literally what they wanted them there for.
Bullshit.
And no, it's absolutely bullshit because it's like, it's always the most unathletic people telling the athletes what we got to
Thank you.
do.
Thank
And
you.
I'm like,
Thank you.
You want me to go up against guys? Women, we don't have much opportunity in women's sports. You're
There you
going to
go.
give the little opportunity we have to men?
Yep.
Are you kidding me? Like,
There it
oh,
is.
No.
So
Yep.
you must agree with her on that. You don't think
Yeah, but
trans
it's like the only
men
thing I
should
agree
be
on. So I
playing
don't
in,
focus on this topic. But
So
yeah,
that
of
was the
course,
only
that's-
thing you
I think
agree
this is
with.
like this was like part of the big controversy that I got banned from Twitch on in the middle of.
for what?
Oh.
That cis women and trans women shouldn't be competing in the same leagues is ridiculous.
Ooh. Oh, so that's what led to him getting banned. Damn. Jesus, that sucks. It would appear that a lot of his ideas align with the left. The one time he steps out of line, that's when they ban him. Yeah. Only in
And just for the
America.
record, this term cis woman, is that just a woman?
That's what us progressives use to what you would say just a woman. Yeah.
Explain what the hell this cis
Then why not just call her a fucking woman? Oh my dude, I can't keep it all straight.
thing is.
Look, man, I got no problem with that community, but I just can't keep it all straight. I just can't keep it all straight. I don't know. Fucking hell. Things are so much simpler when it was just men and women, males and females.
There's
Cis
like
is-
you either trans or cis basically. So cisgender is like the gender you present as trans is like you're something different basically. Yeah. So like a trans woman versus a cis woman.
What?
Don't look at me
What?
like that. You don't fucking understand that. Come on, we're still
I'm
young.
learning
Of course
here, bro.
not.
Okay.
I'm learning here.
Uh-huh.
So if you're just a woman, you're no longer a woman. You're a cis woman.
Well, if you're talking,
Look, right there. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? Look at Pearl. Watch. This side right here. This encapsulates the way I feel about this. Just watch.
If you're just a woman, you're no
Watch.
longer a woman. You're a cis woman.
well, if you're talking in trans,
Dude, Pearl's like, Pearl's like, dude, I can't keep it all straight. I can't keep it all straight, man.
trans space is probably what they'd use. Listen, I already got the fucking blue hair. Okay, you're gonna put me on the fucking stand for trans issues too? Jesus Christ!
You're the one that got
You want to
canceled
talk about
for it.
fucking affirmative action next? What else do you want
I
to
don't
nail me
know.
on? Oh my God.
So
But yeah,
okay.
cis women versus trans
So
women.
that's
yeah.
the only thing you agree.
Shout out to Adam Sosnick. He says, "Is Devin coming with you? Did you hear that, sweetheart? Did you hear that, sweetheart? Adam wanted to know if you were coming, and if I remember correctly, he referred to you as the hot geek on the podcast. Just saying, maybe, I don't know, maybe Sauce is low-key trying to shoot a shot at my girl. Maybe. We put on the poll, where have you learned the most actionable / money-making skill? Internet university, trade school, or 4-year school? 13% of you said 4-year school. 30% of you said trade school. 56% of you said internet university. There you go.
Oh my gosh. Sorry. Go
So
ahead.
Mark LeBrant said, I never played Metal Gear. I love you to death, Mark, but you, my friend, you missed out. You missed out. Dude, Metal Gear, oh my God, dude. Metal Gear Solid was, oh my God, dude. Me and my homeboys bonded over that shit, man.
just to be clear, you don't think that trans women should be participating
None.
in women's
Zero.
sports?
No.
Zero.
Fully agree.
No.
We also have the
It's-
Leah Thomas thing, right?
Yeah, dude.
It's ridiculous. I don't think they should be in our bathrooms either.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Like I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, the bathrooms thing is silly. Obviously, you should go to the bathroom that like you express as.
What?
Express as?
Do you all know
That you identify as?
who Blair White is?
We can see.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
No.
Do you want Blair White walking into the bathroom with like a little boy?
Who the fuck?
Or do you want Buck
don't know
Angel
who it is.
walking into a bathroom with like a little girl?
Dude, we have no idea who the fuck he's talking about right now. We have no idea who the fuck he's talking about. So he says the bathroom idea is just silly. Okay, so what if I just all of a sudden, you know what? I identify as a woman. I'm gonna go use the woman's restroom. You're good with that? You good with that? Matter of fact, you guys remember the heat that Zuby caught when he identified as a woman and set the female deadlifting record. Remember that? You remember that? You can't just identify as something. Or I guess you can identify as something, but no. I don't know who these people are that he's talking about. I'm sure they're very nice people. But when you're saying I identify as X, Y, and Z, well, guess what? People are going to do what's easy to do. That's just kind of the way it is. Osama bin Smashin with the $5 super chat. Appreciate that very much. Says, isn't pride a part of the 7 deadly sins? Let's read between the lines. Males dressed in female clothing or have female mindset if deadly. I can't disagree.
Obviously, we believe that you should probably go to the bathroom that you express as. That makes the most
I would
sense.
just prefer to
How the hell does that make the most sense?
not see dicks in the locker room.
There you
That's
go.
just my-
Then don't
Maybe
look
they
at
just have
people.
their
I
own
feel like that's a
bathroom.
fair
That's
ask.
just
Yeah.
my personal opinion, and
There it is.
I also think it's like a safety concern.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's-
I'm not saying that the majority of trans people are going to take advantage of it. It's just I think that opens the door to someone that will.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That opens the door for someone who will. No, a person who truly identifies as trans, male, or female, clearly, and if you identify as a trans male, you're not really going to be posing a threat to any of the actual dudes. But yes, this is a legit concern.
I don't
And I
think
just-
so.
I
This is
just
it's
think-
there's not a single time like the legendary like trans rapist that's like making their way through the bathrooms. Like,
See, here we go. Now we've gone extreme. We've gone from a safety concern to what he just said. No. Remember what Zuby did. Zuby identified as a woman and set the deadlift record. People lost their shit. Alfonso Capers Jr. with the $20 super chat. Wish you'd said something, but I appreciate that very much.
Like, and the fact that if this person did exist, like some woman would be running through the store and she goes into the bathroom and like the sign stops the trans person from going in and raping her. Like, also, no offense, I have a son. I want all the trans rapists in the women's bathroom. Okay, like that doesn't make sense either, right? Like if there are all these rapists, why do you want them going into the boys' bathroom instead? Like it just doesn't make any sense.
No. And it's funny because it looks like Destiny. And again, he's talking very, very quickly. Let's go through that again. He talks very, very quickly. Watch.
We're going to take advantage of it. It's just I think
Watch.
that opens the door to someone that will.
I don't
And
think
just-
so.
I
This is
just
it's
think-
there's not a single time like the legendary like trans rapist.
No, you're right. There's not a single time. But there have been incidents.
It's like making their way through the bathrooms. Like, and the fact that if this person did exist, like some woman would be running through the store and she goes into the bathroom and like the sign stops the trans person from going in and raping her.
Well, but that's just the point. That's just the point, Destiny. He's already in there, right? The trans rapist is not chasing a woman through the store. No, that's not where the danger is. The danger is that the trans person is already in the bathroom. That's where the potential danger lies.
Or like, also, no offense, I have a son. I want all the trans rapists in the women's bathroom. Okay, like that doesn't make sense either, right? Like if there are all these rapists, why do you want them going into the boys' bathroom?
See? There's all these rapists. No. Nobody said there were a bunch of rapists. Nobody said there were a bunch of rapists, Destiny. All she said is it's a safety issue. That's all he's doing. That's all she said. And all this no. Slow it down. Mac with the $5 super chat says there is a Florida case where a trans e-pars a girl. Okay, well, there you go. Darius Horton says, I identify as a dolphin. Pretty sure I'd be dead in water. Also, liable to get eaten alive. Very good. St. Jim with the $2 super chat says, dude is talking about famous people. Yeah, you're right.
Instead, like it just doesn't make any sense. I reject the whole bathroom narrative is super silly.
I
don't think
agree,
most
I
people
agree.
care that
So
much.
you
I
would
think
be
that people.
okay with a man walking into the bathroom a man dressed as a woman walking into the women's bathroom?
I think that whatever
That's
you
clearly a man.
I think
a
that
beard and all.
I think that whatever you clearly express as is probably where you go.
But there,
Okay, so where's the line of delineation? How do we delineate? Who, like, I mean, what is there an LGBT scale? Like, okay, you're good. You identify 80%, you can go, oh, wait a minute, 15%, we're not buying that. No, man, like, where do you draw the line? Zuby, again. Zuby said, I identify as a female. Did the deadlift, and people lost their shit. That's ridiculous.
And confused if you have a beard with a wig on and a dress.
Thank you.
And you're walking in the girl's bathroom.
This is
not a
this is the most sensible thing Natalia has said ever.
woman.
Sure.
You're confused.
Maybe not, but like, what is happening in there? Like,
Maybe
bro,
not.
I don't know.
I have experienced that. I've experienced that.
countries-
I've
we
experienced
have to
that.
deal with this.
Well, we would have to deal with trans men coming in the fucking male bathroom as well, right?
Yes, but those guys. See, that's the thing, Destiny. Trans men there's not the same kind of safety issue. If a trans man wanted to fight me, I would kick his ass. Because I'm a cis. Jesus, listen to me already. Because I was born a man. There's no safety issue for men. There's a safety issue for women, especially when it comes to sports.
I think they should have their own bathroom. That's really
There you go.
inappropriate.
Okay, you think there should be
I
trans
agree with that.
bathrooms? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Yeah, let's go with the trans bathrooms. Let's do it. Let's go. There's a cis men's bathroom, a cis woman's bathroom, and a trans bathroom. There you go. Devin with a great suggestion. Just use the family care solo bathroom. Well, there you go. Exactly. But let's just keep it real here. The reason why some of those kinds of people go into these bathrooms is to make a spectacle. It's to make a spectacle. It's to make a scene, make people uncomfortable so they can tell their friends about it. Let's just keep it real. Casual Germ with the $10 super chat says there's actually a story about a dude who identified as a woman and was sent to a women's prison. He ended up getting about 3 of the female inmates pregnant. Happened in California. I heard about that, actually. Terrell Clark, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, says there is a prisoner. You just did it. There it is. You guys just said the same thing. $10 super chat said there was a prisoner that identified as trans, got put into the female section, and then EPAR'd and impregnated a female prisoner. Well, there you go. Devin says, my last office had a gender-neutral bathroom that everyone used because it was single toilets and you could poop in private. There you go. Give them their look. I have no problem with trans people. Let's just, if cis male, cis female, other. Jack Vendetta with the $5 super chat says, I identify as Bruce Wayne. Unfortunately, I can't find the keys to the back. You're stupid, Jack. That was funny. Terrell Clark, $10, says, in New York, a trans prisoner walked up to a female in the shower, held her neck down, and EPAR'd her. She was given 7 years for that. Wow. Now that I did not know. Damn.
If you want
Let
that.
there be a
You can
trans
just
bathroom.
believe it or not, there are countries, okay, where you can go. Fucking, I spent a lot of time in fucking Stockholm because my wife is Swedish. There are gender-neutral bathrooms. Nobody's getting raped. It's crazy. Everybody.
Okay, but that's because they're gender-neutral bathrooms. Destiny. That's why. Nobody's getting E-parties because they're gender-neutral bathrooms, fam.
Goes in, they all have their little fucking stuff.
let me
Everybody
ask
comes
you
out.
this.
Nobody's raping each other.
I'm
Let me
thinking of it
say
from
one
the
thing.
perspective of a locker room. Like in a locker room, you walk around naked. Like
True
with
that.
An athlete.
Number one, a lot of conservatives will use this bathroom thing as a straw man argument. All my kids are getting raped in bathrooms. It's not happening.
It's not even
But
that.
here's an indicator.
She didn't, and see, Destiny has a knack of doing this. He'll say your argument is a straw man, and then he'll put words in your mouth and then take it to the extreme. All Pearl said is that it's a safety issue. Destiny took it all the way, well, there's no super rapist, but clearly there have been some incidents involving these kinds of women. So either Destiny isn't aware or he is willfully ignorant. Come on.
Is a case example of why they say that the America is crumbling and China is thriving. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
You think they're having trans bathroom arguments in countries like China that is lapping USA as far as like GDP?
I agree.
Here we are on a panel. We could talk about anything.
Dude.
And we're going
Do it.
ham
Do
on
it.
bathroom
There you
trans
go.
bearded dudes.
Thank you.
And we're just spending time
Thank you.
as a country talking about stuff
Perfect.
that doesn't affect our lives even a little bit.
I think this.
Okay, hold on. Whereas in
Infinitesimal.
other countries, they are like, get shit done, work, make shit happen. Let the Americans play their little, hide the hot dog game in the trans fucking bathroom situation while we're getting lapped by China.
Right.
That's my problem with this.
I agree
It's
with
like
you.
this is such not an issue that anyone gives shit a bit about. And this goes back to my bigger point. If there's a women's panel,
These are first world problems, guys. This is a first world discussion. Do you think they're having problems with trans bathrooms in Cuba? Huh? What about Russia? Or okay, I went Cuba, then communist. How about Haiti? You think they're having these discussions there? Come on, man. Get out of here.
and there's 8 women on the panel, you're telling
Kyle says Destiny has no integrity. He takes the counter argument no matter what. There needs to be a compilation video of him contradicting himself. Yeah, I think that's kind of his shtick, is that he just likes to, I think he just likes to be a contrarian.
me you have
And anytime, that's the thing, is that if you have a reputation for being a contrarian, then you can't really, if somebody is always going against the grain, like you don't really know what their real views are, you know? Because what if he were on a panel full of people who were like, you know what, I think we should have trans bathroom, or I think we should let trans people use the bathroom they identify as. Destiny would probably argue. And if we were to ask him that, he would say, no, I wouldn't, but as we all know, observing the process changes the process.
2 trans women. Okay, if you had 100 women on a panel, 100, you can maybe make the case for making 1 trans woman. Maybe. On a 10-woman panel, you're putting 2 trans on there?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, Vice.
And I'm fascist because I don't
Yeah.
want to play with men in sports.
Yeah,
I
the
guess.
sports thing is fair. The thing
Yeah.
that you brought up, first of all, China has like 2 billion fucking people, okay?
1.5.
Wait, they're going to pass us eventually. All right.
I know, but-
Probably. Okay.
yeah, the
it's
more
not
we
going to be.
foc-
It's
the
not
more
going to be
focus we
because we're talking
for
about
on
trans
bathroom-
bathrooms. Okay.
But the
also,
more we focus on that,
sure. I'll agree with you.
we're
Then tell
losing.
conservatives to stop fucking obsessing over it so much.
I agree with
okay?
you.
All right.
This
Because
is the
that's
straw
some
man
shit that's
argument.
brought up by conservatives all the fucking time.
Okay.
They
Fully
want
agree
to
with you.
obsess.
But then, dude, liberals always take the bait.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
that is true.
Thank you.
Progressives,
Thank
but-
you. Got him. Yeah, liberals dude. They always take the bait. But the interesting thing is that Destiny was the one who got all up in arms about the bathroom issue. Pearl just says, I don't really think they should be using our bathrooms either. Destiny, he was the one that brought up the argument in the first place.
Debate. I agree. They
because
do.
they get snowflakes.
I would just like to say, I just would rather not see dicks in the bathroom. That's
Thank
my
you.
Personal
Agreed.
preference.
Thank
it's
you.
not even about being raped. Like, you can be out and you're at a dinner place and they're at a bar. This person comes in drunk. They're aggressive. They're a man in a woman's bathroom. They cut the line. Now it's a fight. And then he knocks her out. Like, there's more than just being raped. You can have an overly, like, I've experienced that. I was in the bathroom. This man walked in with a beard and a dress, and he thought I stole his phone, and he got aggressive with me, and I had to leave the bathroom. I'm the woman in the bathroom, and it's like,
Damn.
you feel the need to come in here because you feel like I'm dressed this way, so I can come into the bathroom.
Yeah, shout out to Natalia, who appears to be making a lot of sense here. So shout out to Mike Steele. Who sent me this article. And hang on a second. There we go. So it says they failed at every juncture. Loudoun County mishandled bathroom sex assault. Grand jury finds. Loudoun County Public Schools was delinquent in its handling of the multi-high-profile sexual assaults that occurred in the district last year, a special grand jury found, shedding further light on the events that helped inspire a massive parental rights uprising in Virginia. Administrators in the district pursued their own interest instead of that of their students, according to a report released by the grand jury on Monday. Between May and October of 2021, the same male high school student allegedly sexually assaulted 2 females in the LCPS district. The first incident happened in the girls' bathroom at Stonebridge High School, where gender-fluid perpetrator who was wearing a skirt at the time allegedly sodomized a 9th grade girl. Dude, This is what I mean. This is what I mean when people are arguing in bad faith. This is what I mean that when people are arguing in bad faith, guys. Hang on a second. Destiny is that whole spiel about the the crazy trans rapist and da 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 da. He made fun of that. Like, his example was so extreme that people listening or watching be like, yeah, that's silly. No, it's not fucking silly, man. It ain't silly. This shit actually happened. Destiny is the type of dude who just makes statements without backing it up. He's like, that doesn't happen. It happens all the time. What are we talking about? And if he were ever presented this and many other articles, he would probably try to talk and weasel his way out of it there too. Like this is where being a contrarian can really come back to bite you in the ass. Just disagreeing in order to just be disagreeable. He just sat there and said, that doesn't happen. So let me get this straight. We're worried about some crazy rapist and that the sign is going to magically, and as funny and haha as that was, that's not what we were talking about. We're just talking about a safety issue. But there is story after story after story of men identifying as women to take advantage of women. What are we doing?
That's where it, like, for me, it's like I have more of a worry of that than, like, being raped in a bathroom, if you want me to be honest.
I'm with you. I'd rather not see dicks in the bathroom, too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't look at
including a male's bathroom.
Yeah, I don't usually look at dicks in the bathroom, but I don't know if there's other bathroom habits you guys are
PSA out there, okay? For all the guys in the bathroom, face forward, all right? There's no talking to the side in the urinal. How's your day? There's no coming from behind, giving massage.
No.
The fucking move.
Isidore Calderon, member for 29 months, says it's already happened in high school bathrooms. I'm telling you, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Nat actually came with the facts this time. Casual Germ with the $10 super chat says, Donovan, have you seen the article about the U.S. Marine Corps forcing recruits to stop using sir or man when addressing a drill sergeant instructor or higher up? It caused a major shitstorm in U.S. vets. Oh, boy.
Movies, Along Came Polly, all right?
Well,
face forward, don't
Oh,
talk.
I remember that. I remember.
That goes to Uber drivers as well. Just drive me around.
Yeah, don't. Oh, my God. Oh, my fucking God. If you're an Uber driver, like, shout out to you. But, dude, I don't want to have a fucking discussion. Just take me where I need to go. I'll tip you 35%. I don't want to talk. I just don't want to talk.
I'm just thinking, like, of locker rooms. So when you're you walk around half naked when you're in locker rooms. Like, I don't want a dude in the bathroom.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
By the way,
it's such a weird
shifting
American
gears-
fucking fascination
shifting
with like
gears.
nudity and boobs and dicks and everything. It's like so fucking
look at-
cancerous.
yeah,
It's like
I'm
so
sorry.
fucking weird.
Well,
No. Nobody said it was cancerous or weird. Nobody said nude bodies were cancerous or weird. We're talking about a safety issue. Do you see how he did that? Nobody said that nude bodies, wow. Okay, so I thought, honestly, man, I thought Destiny was I thought he was a better debater than this. I thought he was a better debater than this, man. It just seems that his move is, if he disagrees with something, this is what his move is. If he disagrees with something, he overtalks you. He talks very, very quickly. Then he makes up sort of a funny-ish extreme example as a caricature of the other person's point, right? So, for example, hang on a second. So, for example, let's just say that I tell him, my girl, listen, if I'm away, my girl lets me know when she's going to leave the house, right? He'd be that dude, be like, no, I don't agree with that at all. She doesn't have to tell you where to go. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, that's what she wants to do. I mean, what are you, fucking prison guard? What are you, a warden? What do you got? Do you have her under lock and key? Like, Jesus Christ, like, open the cage and let her out. Easy, Destiny. I just said that she asks my permission to leave the house. That's it. That's it. Devin's not under lock and key. She is free to come and go as she pleases. Now, her actions have consequences. Whether they are good consequences or bad consequences is totally up to her and are contingent upon her actions. But that's what Destiny does. He uses these extreme examples to prove his point. It's ridiculous.
Look at the
Holy
rise
shit.
of all the confusion with what's going on. There's kids being taught by drag queens at school. Like, this is a rise of it. It becomes an issue where it's like you have people who are, change your gender and do all these things. And it's
Okay, so now it's spilled over into something else.
like there's a time and a place for
Casual Germ said, hashtag free Devin. Yes. Free Devin. I let her out of the cage every once in a while.
that, and to force it upon people who
Devin, blink twice if you need help.
makes them feel uncomfortable. Like, that's also unfair as well. And for me to be forced to accept it, that's also like, why do I have to accept this man in the bathroom?
I think that's heavily exaggerated.
I don't believe that you care about that. I don't believe any conservative say it. Because if it was, where the fuck was the uproar against all of the creepy fucking pageant shows before the trans bathroom shit became a thing? Because of that issue, I will never believe a conservative when they tell me they care about trans kids being groomed or whatever. I just don't believe it. I think it's a niche issue because Republicans have no economic platform. Republicans have no fucking goals for the country. All they can do is obstruct Democrats. They have
I have no idea what he's talking about. I have no idea what he's talking about. And this is why Natalia should have just shut the fuck up. Because now we've gone from the safety issue in terms of trans people in bathrooms, and now we're going on a political rant that nobody understands. Isidore Calderon says, so a woman doesn't have a right to choose not to be naked in front of a man because, quote, Americans are too hung up on nudity? That's a very good question. That's a very good question. No, it's not that we have a problem with naked bodies. It's that you can't, like, if you don't want to be naked in front of somebody, you shouldn't be forced to be. You shouldn't be forced. You shouldn't be forced to do that. Nobody's ashamed of naked bodies. This is why the porn industry, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry every single year. But nobody, like, just again, it's an extreme example. Oh, now we have this problem with naked. No, nobody has a problem with naked bodies. Nobody has a problem with naked bodies. Girls just don't want to be nude in front of biological men. That's not a crime. That's not a crime. Yeah, Mike Steele says, so instead of refuting her argument, he just says, I don't believe you. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He says, I just don't believe it. Okay, that's fine. You can have that opinion, but you need to substantiate it with a relevant argument. Now we've gone off on a tangent. This is his wheelhouse. He's going to muddy the waters. He's going to speak quickly. He's going to talk about the GDP and blah, 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 and no one's going to know anything about what he's talking about. And then all of his little Sigma guys in the chat, dude, Destiny totally owned this conversation. Well, if that's what you think, then I understand why you watch Destiny.
have no idea about what they want to do with anything, so they focus on these really niche fucking cultural issues. There was a survey that came out.
I'm sorry, this is not a niche issue. This is not a niche issue. Let me. So the definition of niche is a specialized segment of the market for a particular kind of product or service. So what he's doing here, guys, is he's trying to make it sound like it's not that big a deal. This niche issue. No. This is not a niche issue, fam. This is not a niche issue. If women don't want to be naked or exposed with biological men in the room, they have a right to be. That's it.
Asking what percentage of the American population do you think is trans? And I think people said like 24%. Holy shit.
Yeah, there's a reason for that, Destiny. It's because of dudes like you who run off at the mouth about this stuff all the time. That's why. Dre the Dream says it's affecting every facet of our country. Yes. That's why people think that 20% of this is exactly why. Because it's all over the place everywhere.
I like, there are some people where I'd buy the argument that they're obsessed or they're worried about like kids or whatever. But like prior to this, like people would post pictures of taking their like 9-year-old boys to Hooters, and it would be a funny fucking Facebook picture. Or you have all of the really creepy, really weird pageantry shit, and nobody seemed to care about any of it back then.
Wait, hold on. Like, taking your son to Hooters does not rise to the level of using a female bathroom as a biological man. No, sorry.
But now that trans people are involved, it's like the worst thing ever. So I just don't buy it. I don't believe it. But
okay, well, that's fine. You don't have to believe it if you don't want to. That was a bunch of word salad.
Leave that there, right there. Okay, so getting back to the Vice episode.
See? Right there. Right there. And I guarantee you the chat's probably blowing up. Oh my God, he just fucking owned him. That was a bunch of bullshit word salad, fam. That was a bunch of word salad, dude. That was a bunch of word salad. Sorry. Bink the Bodasai, you took the words right out of my mouth. Hooters is a restaurant. Yeah. Taking a picture with your son at Hooters, that's a little different than taking a picture with your son at a trans parade. Just putting it out there. Nothing wrong with either, but they're not the same. Like, let's not do that. Miami J with the $5 super chat says their freedom to be them includes my freedom to be free of them. Wow. That is a good one. That is a very, very good one. Yeah, he tried to make Hooters sound like it was a strip club. Oh, yeah, taking pictures of their sons at Hooters. Dude. Dude, they wear pantyhose at Hooters. They wear pantyhose at Hooters. And they're allowed to show only so much cleavage. Like, stop it. Get out of here with that.
So you started off by saying the trans thing, the women in the trans in sports was the one thing you agreed with Pearl on. What did you fundamentally disagree that Pearl said? Because she's a pretty reasonable girl. What did you disagree with?
Oh man, you're gonna tax my memory here.
Now all of a sudden, where it's time to actually talk about what he disagrees with, put on the spot. Oh, you're really taxing my memory. Convenient.
That the wholesale idea of like women have it easier in every single thing, or there are like no cultural roadblocks preventing women from doing anything. I think it's like a really crude analysis of where we're at socially.
Okay, so what roadblocks? Didn't this dude, he literally just contradicted himself. Didn't he tell Pearl, didn't he just say 10, 15 minutes ago that the crazy feminists, when Pearl asked them a question about what barriers or roadblocks they were talking about, he agreed that they couldn't answer the question, but now he's going to say that he disagrees? Listen.
I think that the wholesale idea of like women have it easier in every single thing, or there are like no cultural roadblocks preventing women from doing anything, I think it's like a really crude analysis of where we're at socially.
Yeah, see, do you see what he said? He said women have it easier in every single thing. No, women don't have it easier in every single thing. They don't have it easier in every single thing, but they have it easier with most things. They have it easier with most things. And again, he said wholesale idea. So that's what he does. He tells you that you're just going to say all women have it easy all the time. That's not what we're saying at all. We are saying most women have it a lot easier in most aspects of their lives than most men. Are there some men who have elements of their lives that are easier than women? Absolutely. Absolutely. But for him to sit here and pretend that women don't have it easier in this country, that's asinine. And yes, he did contradict himself. He made fun of the fact that the feminists couldn't answer the direct question about the barriers. Then he says, well, this whole idea that women have barriers, it's ridiculous. Come on.
That's what I would say.
So you're saying that she's discounting how
Yeah,
hard
I think
women
that there are issues that women face in a lot of different areas when it comes to like rising in terms of success or in being included in certain like
Okay,
types
so
of.
this is a very interesting dynamic that you guys have going right now. You're the man saying that, like, defending women, and she's the woman shitting
Defending
on
men.
women, essentially. Is that the dynamic I'm understanding? So she's basically saying this is what it is like to be a woman.
I wouldn't say shitty. I would say there's no barriers to entry today.
There it is.
I don't think Pearl
Here we go.
believes there's no issues that women face. That's different, right?
No, that's literally what she just said. There's no barriers.
No,
Well, no,
There's
literally what she said
barriers
was
to-
it's easier for women than men.
No, there's a difference between there's no barriers to entry and there's no issues that a woman can face. You wouldn't say there's no issues a woman can face.
See this? Now we're splitting. See, now we're splitting hairs. And now this is what he does. He splits hairs and he takes different, he takes different words and he makes a big deal out of that. Well, I didn't say, oh, dude, come on, man. This again is arguing in bad faith. This is ridiculous.
Faces there, would you?
I mean, there are issues that women face, but
Yeah,
I would
exactly.
say
So now Destiny will say, well, are there issues or barriers? Yeah, come on. Like, we know what we're talking about. Impediments. Let's just broad sweep it
overall
here.
it's easier for women than men. Yeah.
Thank you.
I would
Like, if-
probably
if-
agree.
Easier,
Overall, it's easier for women than men. There you go.
easier in what regard? What are we talking about here?
I mean, I just think
Just
as
being a man versus being a woman, you're
Of-
saying it's easier to
of
be a
I
woman?
mean, okay,
It is so much easier to be a woman. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Yes, it's easier to be a woman than a man. It is definitely easier to be a woman than a man here, at least in this country. It is so much easier. Dude, oh my God.
I'll give you an example. So I worked a sales job, right? And when I worked in that sales job, it was at a big like corporate company. And I feel like I got special treatment because I was a woman. And most of the guys, I was the only girl in the office. And most of the guys would agree because like people were more willing to help you when you're a young woman.
There you go. Thank you.
In my experience.
Thank you. There you go.
So I can't speak to your personal experience, but
Here we
so
go.
this is something that I hear a lot. When women are succeeding in certain types of environments, they do get special treatment, but all of those women's careers have a time limit on them, which is until a manager or a boss tries to fuck them, and when they say no, they're basically fucked in that job. This is a story that I hear time and time and time and time and time again. Do you think this happens ever?
Quite often,
course
the
it
boss
does.
loses his job.
Of course.
No.
Oh,
Absolutely
every
not.
time.
oh,
If he-
oh my fucking God. This dude just, oh my God. Can you believe, dude, are you serious?
And I was the only girl in the
Listen
office.
to what he said.
And most of the guys would agree.
If I'm not mistaken, I just want to make sure I'm hearing this correctly. What he just described was #MeToo. That's what he's describing. So that barrier no longer exists. Let's,
because like people were more willing to help you when you're a young woman, in my experience.
yes.
So I can't speak to your personal experience, but so this is something that I hear a lot. When women are succeeding in certain types of environments, they do get special treatment, but all of those
They do get special treatment. You just acknowledged it. They do get special treatment. Of course they do. That's what we do. That's what they do. Of course they get special treatment. So he acknowledges that they get special treatment.
women's careers have a time limit on them, which is until a manager or a boss tries to fuck them.
There
and
it
when
is.
they say no, they're basically fucked in that job.
No, they're not fucked in that job. Because the manager that tried to fuck them gets Me Too'd, Destiny. It's like he's 10 years behind. Man. Like, what are we doing here? Like, is he serious with this?
This is a story that I hear time and time and time and time and time again.
Yes, it's a story that we also hear time and time and time and time again. And the managers get Me Too'd, fam. Bink the Bodisai says if a woman gets fired for that, she can sue the company exactly, thereby removing the barrier.
Do you think this happens ever?
Of course
Quite
it does.
often, the boss loses his job.
No.
Got it. Got it. Quite often the boss loses his job. And what does Destiny say? What does Destiny say? He says no.
Absolutely
Every
not.
time
If
there's a
he-
story-
if
Are
he
you-
does
Absolutely.
sexual
Every time the
harassment?
story goes public, but you don't hear the story that goes public. Like this happens to. I've heard this from
You-
almost every
you
single
gotta
woman
be
working
kidding.
in entertainment
Oh my
and
God.
working in any industry peripheral to this. that If
Unbelievable.
you're a moderately attractive woman working, yeah, like you're working, you might be succeeding, but you never know if you're actually succeeding based on the merits of your work or if it's because somebody wants to fuck you. And when somebody tries to fuck you, if you shut them down, you're fucked. Because whoever's above you hates you now, and they're never going to fucking promote you or work with you anymore, and then you slowly basically get ghosted out of whatever job you're working.
Yeah, this is in the 1990s, guys. This is in the 1990s. This is the early 2000s. But then the #MeToo movement happened. Devin says, or she fucks the boss and becomes a housewife. Yeah, there's that too. There's that too.
You
Is
can
that
go
a
either way, or you go
generalization,
to
though,
HR
or is
and
that-
you make $1 million.
Do what?
Or you go to HR and the dude gets fired. And then
Thank
get
you.
fired.
That just doesn't happen most of the time.
What?
I think with especially like PUA, red pill guys live in this delusional world
You
where
gotta
like
be
every
kidding.
guy's getting false sex claims, every creepy
Oh, here we
boss or
go.
pervert is getting fired.
I don't believe
Everyone,
that.
yeah, this happens like one
No. But we don't see here. There he goes again. There he goes again. There he goes again. Taking everything to the extreme. We don't say every boss gets fired. We don't. No. We don't say every, but enough of them, Destiny. Enough of them get fired from false EPAR accusations, false Me Too accusations to get our attention. This is why we talk about it. I don't know what percentage that is, but the percentage is big enough to get our attention. The percentage is big enough to the point where Mike Pence has an open door policy. This is the vice president of the U.S., bruh. The vice president of the United States has an open door policy all the time. He does not allow himself to be alone with a woman in any office. He has the door open or there's somebody else with him. And the reason for that is because enough men have been falsely Me Too'd to get that attention. For him to act like this is and again, he's acting like this almost never happens. Bruh, it's just like the bathroom thing. It happens enough to get our attention. What is he talking about? He's like, nope, that's just not what? Based on what?
0.0001% of the time. Like, it's
Oh
very,
my
very
God, 0.0001% of the time. This guy's out of his mind.
rare that somebody actually gets caught or called out on this. Because usually when
Actually,
these guys are propositioning,
No.
they're not really even being 100%.
No. See, dude, somebody needs to talk over this guy. Somebody needs to talk over this guy. This guy is really this guy's a real bully. Nobody interrupts these little quick little rants he does because he just talks faster and louder than everybody else. It's ridiculous.
100% forward with it, right? So you're not going to get him on anything, right?
Actually, 8% of the U.S. population claims they've been falsely accused.
Bingo! Got you. Now what? Boom! Now what? 8% falsely accused. Got him. I just don't believe it. Well, I mean, it doesn't, listen, just because you don't believe it doesn't mean it's not true, fam.
That's okay. But with that poll,
Here we go.
Was that poll falsely accused to the police? Or
Here
was
we
that
go.
poll like my friend told another friend that?
Here we
somebody,
go.
like,
Here we
raped
go.
me?
Here
So-
we go. See? There we go. This is it. This is it. And anytime you throw statistics at Destiny, he attacks the statistic. That's what these people do. So he throws numbers around like they're facts, but as soon as somebody throws out numbers, now all of a sudden he wants to call that into question.
It was absolutely the latter. Because 8% of false rape allegations to the police, everybody would be talking about it. I know that's not true.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I agree with you on the false rape accusations. You're as likely to get convicted as you are to get struck by lightning. I've read that stat.
Wait, no. You are as likely to get convicted. Hang on a second. You are as likely to get wait, I don't think I followed.
That poll, was that poll falsely accused to the police? Or was that poll like my friend told another friend that somebody like raped me?
It was probably the latter.
It was absolutely the latter.
And how would he know? He didn't know that statistic. How would you know? He said it was absolutely the latter. The reason why he says it's absolutely, the reason why he's saying it's absolutely the latter is because it supports his argument.
Because 8% of false rape allegations to the police, everybody would be talking about it. I know that's not true.
Oh my God, this guy has no idea. He said 8% of false rape accusations to the police, everybody would be talking about it. That's the gag. That's the gag, Destiny. It happens a lot more than you think. But they don't talk about it because of #MeToo. This dude is crazy, man.
Yeah, I agree with you on the false rape accusations. You're as likely to get convicted as you are to get struck by lightning.
You're as likely to get convicted of what? You're as likely to get convicted or accused. Like where does where does that stat come from? So now Alex says, well, you're as likely to get struck by lightning as you are getting convicted. And listen, it's fucking crickets from Destiny.
I've read that stat.
See?
Sure. So
See that? Yeah. There you go. There it is. So Pearl throws out the statistic. Alex throws out a statistic. He attacks Pearl's statistic, lets his go. That's ridiculous.
again, you disagree with Pearl on the fundamental situation that women have it easier than men. Here's my perspective. Argue, counterback, pushback. I always ask this question. I said, who has it harder out there, men or women?
Well, it's men.
And constantly I hear, well, men have it harder, bro. We got to fucking dig the ditches. We got to have the tough jobs. We're the one that got to pay the bills. Men have it harder. And I said, little food for thought. Here's why I think women have it harder in today's society. I want to open up to you guys. As a man, I'm all about clarity. As a man, it might be hard to make money, to be fit, to learn game, to pick up chicks, to be successful. It might be hard, but at least you know the pattern for success. At least there's a blueprint.
Okay.
Here's what you need to do. Put a fucking nice suit on or some nice sweatpants for Destiny. Look good. Get your ass out there. Meet people. Succeed. Make money. The world's your oyster.
Nah, nope, it ain't that simple. Like, okay, he's right. The blueprint is out there. There is no doubt about it. But men are inhibited from following that blueprint. They are. It's a lot harder for men to succeed than it is for women to succeed as far as their goals are concerned. Fuhrer D. Sean with the $10 super chat says, Donovan, I love and appreciate you and everything you have done to help me improve my life. I only wish I could give you more. Have a great show, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Now, what's your advice to women? Is it get out there, get a career, get a job, kill it? Maybe. Or is it be a good wife, be submissive.
There you go.
Don't be a fucking bitch.
There it is.
Like, don't go on OnlyFans. Be a good housewife. Stay in the kitchen. Be a traditional woman. Which one is it? Because it's totally polarizing opposite advice for women. So again, I'm all about clarity. It's very easy for me to look in the
I don't really know what he's talking
camera,
about here.
talk to you guys out there and be like, you're too fat, you're too lazy, stop smoking weed, stop watching porn, get your ass out there, work, do your thing. You'll
Okay.
find success. Done. Blueprint. As a woman, what do you say to a woman? Go get a job, go to college, be a boss, babe. Now you're single and lonely at 40. Hey, don't get a
Single and lonely at 40, Adam, but what about her 20s? Huh? What about her 20s? Listen, man, we all know women have it easier. Of course they have it easier. Why do you think that there are so many men identifying as women? There are so many men who identify as women just to get a taste of the good life. Terrell Clark with the $10 super chat, appreciate that, says 8% or 20 million Americans have been falsely accused and 62% of accusers were women. Well, there you go. There you go.
a job, get yourself a husband, let the man lead, you be the follower. It's like now you're divorced at 40 because you're in a sexist marriage. So it is very hard for a woman. So my argument is it's actually a lot harder for a woman to decide what to do. What's your argument to that?
That's
Bro?
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it depends what outcome you want.
There you go. Thank you.
So, I mean, I think you make different choices based on the outcome you want.
Yes. There you go. That's it.
Okay. So
That's
how
succinct.
do you know, but this goes back to my college thing is how do you know what your outcome you want when you're 16, 17, 18 years old? Very hard to do.
No, it's not hard to do. When you're 16, 17 years old, your outcome should be to have a husband and kids. Listen, women have always had it easier. Even before the days of feminism, they still had it easier. They still had it easier. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a challenge that women have. I agree with you.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
I don't like the saying like one is harder or one is easier. I think that women have very unique challenges they face. I think men have unique challenges they face.
Okay.
I don't know if I would ever say that one is harder or one is easier. Like if you are a pretty woman, you can get your feet in the door in a lot of different ways
There you
that
go.
men can't.
But then you get sexually harassed.
But then there's the trade-off. Is that
Then you get sexually harassed, and then, but that's the trade-off, though. That's the trade-off. Girls in the industry, they use this bullshit argument all the time. Well, I don't want to, okay, yeah, I want to be a singer, blah, 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 but then you got to fuck this guy and that guy, and guys are trying to hit on you. Sweetheart, that's the trade-off. That's the trade-off. I mean, is it right? It doesn't matter. That's how it is. Because if you weren't attractive, you wouldn't have got a foothold in the door in the first place. That's just all there is to it.
everybody's trying to fuck you, right? That's a pro. Everybody's trying to fuck you, but it's also a big con that everybody's trying to fuck you. I think of all like the archetypes.
Do you see? He just admitted it. That's a pro that everybody's trying to fuck you, but it's a con that everybody's trying to fuck you. It's a pro if the guys that want to fuck you, you want to fuck them back. But that is an advantage. That is an advantage.
Types of women that I've met in my life, I feel like really hard-working, but very pretty women have it probably the worst. Because they're constantly gaslighting themselves into having no idea if they're actually achieving or being successful, or if everybody's just like basically giving them handouts because they want to fuck them eventually.
Yeah, guess what, Destiny? I don't think they care. I don't think they care. I don't think they give a shit. That's not hard for them. They're women. Women, oh, this is funny. So this is Destiny using his male brain and projecting it onto females. He thinks that men think like women do. Right? Let's just say, for example, I got hired on at a company. And I notice I'm looking around. I'm like, dude, I'm the only black person here. Right? And now I start to question: did I get this job because of my qualifications or because I'm black? Is this affirmative action or is this a meritocracy? Am I here because I'm qualified for the job or because I need to meet a quota? That's the way men think. Women don't think that way. Women deep down inside, they're like, you know what? The only reason I have this job is because I'm attractive and I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Men and women are different. Women and men are different, to be sure. Yes, men and women think about things differently and this and that and the third, but dude, women do not stay up at night wondering, I'm at this 6-figure job, and I just don't know if it's because I'm attractive or no. They're like, you know what? I don't care why I have this job. I care that I have the job. It's the same dichotomy as the money that you make. If you're worth $500 million, you're going to be attractive to women regardless of whether or not your net worth came legally or illegally. Whether you're Pablo Escobar or Pablo Smith working a legitimate job, it doesn't matter how you got the money. It's that you got the money. Women use that same mindset. They use the same mindset when it comes to their own work. They don't care why they got the job. They may have their suspicions. They may think to themselves, you know what? I might be here because, I've got the biggest tits in the office and I'm the hottest girl here, but I'm good. They're not thinking of this, you know what? I think life is so hard because I don't know if I'm here based on my merits. No, women don't give a fuck about that. They don't. And an example is sitting right across the room from them. Natalia is shitty at her job. She is. And I guarantee you, she probably asks herself, you know what? I guarantee you, it's probably crossed her mind. I probably have this job because of the way I look. But just given her job performance, what we can see, she clearly knows she's there because she's attractive. I promise you, she sleeps very good at night. I can promise you she does not lose any sleep about the fact that she knows that she probably worked for Saucecast because of the way she looks.
And living in that kind of duality is a very, very confusing place to be.
Oh my God.
As a man, if I'm getting credit for something.
As a man, did you hear him?
As much as I like to believe it, it's not because some woman wants to fuck me.
No.
It's because I'm actually succeeding somewhere, right?
Well, there you go. As a man, that is the delineation. That's it. That's the delineation. But you're talking about women. We can't talk about how women feel as it applies to us.
Oh, I want to fuck you, bro.
Sure, yeah.
The
But,
only reason
for
I
a
have you
woman-
on the show is because
Sure.
we're all trying to fuck you.
But for a woman, you legitimately have no fucking idea. Am I performing well? My boss gave me a lot of compliments. My coworkers seem to like me. Am I getting a leg up everywhere? Because you do get a lot of help. If you're a woman in computer science, you're the only woman in the class. Well, at least for white women, you're getting a lot of fucking help in that.
And that's not an advantage? That's not an advantage? Dude, women know, especially young women know, that the reason why they get help is because they're young women. It's women. It's just like Pearl said. It don't matter. It don't matter, dude. It doesn't matter. Women don't give a shit how it gets done. They don't give a shit how it gets made. They care that it gets done and that it gets made. They don't care.
Class compared to anybody else,
Let
right?
me recap what you just said, bro, because that's very powerful. If you're a hardworking, working, attractive woman, then what?
This is ridiculous.
You never know, are you successful on your own merits, or is everybody around you just gaslighting you into thinking that, they're trying to fuck you?
I think
This is, dude, again, that's what men think in another context. Women don't give a shit about that. This is ridiculous.
a woman would know. A
Well,
woman
I
would
was
know.
just
You would know, I
She
really
does.
put in work.
She does.
I achieved this recognition because this work it's phenomenal. Versus you can tell by how they address you, how they speak with you.
There you go.
Because I
Thank
do
you.
agree with you. You're in a workplace, and there are men who want that intention. But as a woman, you can approach that situation knowing that that's their intention.
There you go.
So I think as a woman, you can determine, am I getting this?
And women, dude, Natalia spitting facts here for the most part. Women know. Of course they know. They know whether or not they're qualified for the job. Most attractive women know most attractive women who have high-paying jobs because they're attractive know that they have that high-paying job because they're attractive. And they give not one single shit about it. They care not one single shit about it. They don't care. They don't give a damn.
Is credible? Am I getting credit based on my work, or am I getting credit based on my looks? As a woman who is attractive, you can tell. You can tell when a man's flirting with you. You can tell when a man wants something from you. You can see that.
There you go.
I think I would agree with you for the most part, but I think there's two things. One, I think every attractive woman goes through a point in her life where she realizes, fuck, a lot of this has come from my looks.
Boo fucking who, Destiny? Boo fucking who? Women are not pressed about the fact that their genetic advantages gives them an advantage in the world. They're not concerned about that. They know that being attractive makes their life easier. They don't care. They just don't.
I think that comes a little bit later than, at least as a guy, we would assume.
Right.
And then two, I think that it gets really hard around like edge cases where you're like trailblazing, right? If you're like in a sales department and you've got like fucking numbers, right? And you can see like, obviously I'm outperforming, that's fine. But if you're working in like entertainment, or if you can reach out to like CEOs of companies and they're calling you back, or if you're getting like invited to podcasts or whatever, there's always this like whatever. And I think a lot of guys are really good at disguising their intentions, where a guy can treat you in the most respectful manner possible until you're traveling to some fucking convention in the same place somewhere,
This
and
guy.
he tries to get you drunk and rape you. I think that it's really, really difficult sometimes.
Wow, that escalated quickly. So we went from having the job because you're attractive to predatory behavior, just like that. Okay.
Feel out like the fuzzy edge cases. If there's guys that are like blatantly sucking up to you, can tell. But I think it's just a weird thing for women to always have that in the back of her head. Whereas
Yeah, Destiny doesn't understand that women have razor sharp instincts. Destiny doesn't understand that attractive women know that they have their jobs because they're attractive. He thinks they don't know. He thinks they don't know. No, they fucking knew. Of course they know. Natalia just told you, as an attractive woman, we know. And guess what? Natalia sleeps very good at night because she is shitty at her job, but she sits there and she does it every single fucking day and loses not one wink of sleep because of it.
guys, there's not a time in our lives.
You
where we
can make
think-
that
Attractive
argument
women
for a
know
really
that.
successful guy that you never know if the girl's into him for him or his money.
Ooh.
Very good point.
That is
Very good point.
Is
Go
that-
deeper.
I
You're
think
right.
it's better.
But guess what? Like the woman who has the job because of her attractiveness, we don't care. We don't care. We really don't. We really don't, dude. Dude, if I were a fat fuck, worth $300 million and I had a hot girlfriend, dude, I know she's with me for the money. I'm not losing sleep over that because I know what it is. I'm fat, slovenly, and unattractive. I mean, hell, the case could be made for that for me right now. Right? I know she's with me for the money. Guess what? I sleep good at night. Why do I sleep good at night? Because I get to fuck my hot 22-year-old girlfriend who's probably, okay, so she's not sexually attracted to me. I don't care. I get to fuck a 22-year-old every night. Bro, she's only fucking you because she's only with you for your money. And what am I doing? Out on the balcony with my cigar? Oh, man. I wonder if Marianne, if she loves me for me. Of course she doesn't. Fuck out of here. Lily Zero with the $5 super chat says, woman, doesn't matter if I win by an inch or a mile, winning is winning. Agreed. Terrell Clark says, many women have imposter syndrome in the workplace because they know they aren't good enough but afraid to get caught. Wow. Woo. Yes, they do. That imposter syndrome is real. They look, act, move, and dress like the big bosses, but they don't really do shit because they really ain't shit.
Better for
You're
women to
saying
hide
for a
that.
guy,
Yeah, if you're
the
a guy
more
who be-
successful
Hide
you
that.
are, you're like, does she love me for me? Or the fact that I make $1 million a
Yes.
year? That's
And
something
you
that
know
is a
who's
very,
Look, Natalia said yes.
very good point.
You know who's even better at disguising their intentions than men? Women are.
Boom! Oh, whoa! Atta baby. Yo, PWF coming with the thunder. Yeah, you know who's better than men at disguising their intentions? It's fucking women. One of the many reasons why they have it easier.
Women
Yes.
are much better.
Thank
playing
you.
the game.
I agree with you.
Go ahead,
I
Alex.
agree
Play
with
with
you.
fire.
We don't
Go
talk-
deeper,
I'm
buddy.
Is
Talking
this
about the
dude
women
really?
that flip-
Is this dude really gonna disagree with that? Honestly, man. Honestly,
flirt with their bosses to get ahead too.
there you go.
Of course.
So a lot of times, like these girls will flirt with their bosses.
Thank you.
And then play victim later.
There you go.
Yeah, well,
That's why it's easier for women. It's easier for women. All they got to do is go to HR.
Like
fundamentally agree on that. But Alex, I want to kind of stay where you were at. You're saying, all right, cool, we're shitting on guys and being kind of shady or whatever. But
Women can,
holy
women,
shit, some of
women
these
can
girls.
be just as shady when they're messing with a successful guy.
Thank you.
Especially in Miami.
Thank you.
And a lot of these rich guys, they get completely screwed.
Yep.
They're like, fuck, they get drained.
Real
for all the
talk.
money because they fucked with the wrong girl and then she
Yeah.
took pretty much everything.
What have you
Woo!
seen? Have you seen
And guess what? I'll tell you what. Women, are there men who take advantage of women? Absolutely. But I'll tell you this. more women take advantage of men than the opposite. That much I know is true. That much I know is true. And the reason why we know women take advantage of men a lot more than the opposite is because women do it all the time. Women take advantage of men all the time with the foodie calls. There are articles and videos praising women about the foodie calls. Yet, let one dude get over on a woman, they make a fucking Netflix documentary about it. The Tinder swindler, right? We're going to sit here and pretend that there aren't women out there who have swindled men out of the same amounts of money, if not more, than the Tinder swindler? The Dine and Dash dater did the same thing that the girls on Tinder do to the tune of 30%. He got 120 days in jail and national ridicule. National ridicule, huh? Ice Dragon Kid says he has to disagree, Don, because he doesn't want to see that his wife is only there for the money. Ignorance is bliss.
I've had countless clients who've had that happen to them. Yeah, they got married early, then their business became successful, or they got married when their business was already successful to the wrong kind of girl.
There you go.
Right, so screening is important for both genders. I don't think it's only something that women have to screen with the people in their life. Men also have to screen.
Real quick, that could be possible.
That could be possible. That's the closest he's ever going to come to saying, I agree with you.
I'd be curious what type of guy it is. Maybe because
what
this
type of
might
guy?
be my bubble because of the industry that I work in.
Oh, boy.
But it's very easy for me to tell immediately how a girl feels about me if she's like fake or not. Because like you either know everything that I'm involved in or not. Like if a girl came up to me and she wanted to have like an in-depth conversation about like fucking fiscal policy to try to fake me out for my money. I mean, I'll pay her off. Like good job.
You don't think women can, you don't think
You got me, girl.
You don't think a woman can tell when a guy's trying to fuck them? Most women can tell that too.
Yes, dude. Like, okay, so Destiny can tell what women's intentions are. Okay, then I guess that you're an exception to the rule. But most men are unable to deduce what a woman's true intentions are. If a woman really wants to hide her intentions, they are better at doing it than men are. This is why they do it at a higher rate than men do. Komatsu Umi, welcome back to Chat Privileges. At Komatsu Umi to welcome him to the TSR family. If you would, Komatsu, put your age and location in the chat. Thank you, sir.
No, I think women can tell, but I'm just saying that like if a woman is trying to just like get in good with me because she thinks I've got money, like I think I'm gonna be able to weed that out really fucking fast.
Okay, that's fine, but you're the exception to the rule, Destiny. And listen, I have reason to believe that he probably can. Most guys don't.
Here's what I want to address. Here's what I want to address. If you're that dude and you're having success and you're doing things in your life and you're single and you're out there, what type of question should you ask these women to vet them? Because I totally agree with you. There's women out there.
You don't ask them questions, Adam. You don't ask them questions. You don't ask them questions. You want to know why? Because women are smarter than that. Women are much smarter than that. No, you have to observe their actions. Keep them at a distance and observe their actions. That's what you have to do. A lot of guys want to know what the cheat code is. What do I do? What do I say? Nah, man. You have to observe. You have to pay the fuck attention. That's how you vet women.
There that see a dollar sign on a guy and they're like, sugar daddy just walked in. Like there's a video of a girl that she's like, here's the best place to find a sugar daddy. You don't go to clubs. You don't go to strip clubs. You go to the nice restaurants because there they are. They're all together. I call it the sugar daddy watering hole. I've seen this girl do this video. And she's like, they're all at the nicest restaurants in Miami or New York or LA, whatever. And they're all eating together doing their thing. So you as a dating coach, what types of questions should a man ask women up front to kind of vet what the woman is looking for?
I think it's less about questions and more about not leading with your money. So
Woo!
I like the Dave Chappelle joke where he says, like, when I have a date, I drive up in a dumpster truck. And then when the girl's like, oh, I don't want to date a dumpster driver, he's like, I'm Dave Chappelle, bitch. So I kind of like that like whole idea that you're not taking the girl to a fancy restaurant. You're not leading with your money. You're not like showing off your car. You're keeping all that hidden until you get to know her. And if she legitimately fucks with you without seeing all your wealth, then it's like a nice cherry on the top. So that's what I would recommend.
I feel like that is a
money.
very idealistic, hey, I just happened to be Dave Chappelle answer.
Yeah, that's not. Like I understand the theory. But what Alex doesn't realize is that the money you make, the lifestyle you lead, is a factor in a woman pursuing you. Like, I'm not telling you to lead with your wallet, okay? There's no need to flex, but there's no need to fucking hide your Lamborghini around the corner either, right? You don't have to pull up in a Lambo, but you don't want to look like a fucking complete bum either. That would be like, I mean, honestly, These gold digger pranks, while funny, it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. That's like a girl putting on a fat suit, right, on a blind date, and the guy shows up and is like, oh my God, like you're fat. And then she peels off the fat suit, and all of a sudden she's hot, and now the guy wants to take her in the restaurant. Well, of course he does. Of course he does. He knows she's not fat. Of course he's not going to want to take her in the restaurant if she's a fucking fat ass. Well, it's the same thing as women. They're not going to want to fuck with you if they think you're a broke dude. It's just not, this is not how it works. Guys, look, I got no problem. I have no problem with women. I have no problem with women prioritizing finances when looking for a man. I have no problem with that. If a woman wants to base her decision solely on the money a man makes, more power to you. Because I'll tell you something. Personality and her love for you, that's not going to pay her bills. It's not going to pay the bills. Just like personality and all this other kind of stuff is not going to make my dick hard. Girls want their bills paid. Dudes want their dicks hard. That's really what it comes down to, guys. Girls want their bills paid. Dudes want their dick hard. That's it. That's it. That's it. So if you pull up in a hoopty and it goes like, ew, no, I don't want to fuck with you. Ah, well, here's my Lambo. Oh, too bad. No, bruh. Again, you don't have to lead with your wallet, but you don't have to show up looking like a bum either. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. We as men, we understand that the money we make is a big factor in a woman choosing you. Just like women understand that the way they look is also a big factor in a man choosing them. Hiding your wealth until you know she's going to be down for the cause, that's like a woman wearing a fat suit for the first 3 weeks you're dating. Oh, you know what? He actually likes me for me. Let me reveal I'm hot. That's stupid. That's dumb. It makes no sense whatsoever. Again, don't lead with your wallet, but there's no need to keep your wealth hidden either. That's stupid. That's dumb.
But that's not the reality because we live in Miami. You know what it's like. You kind of got to give a little bit of crumbs.
There you go.
A little bit.
That's right.
And then you can kind of reveal. But even to get the date with the girl, like if you're just some dude at the bar, you're going to have to say something to be like, well, I do this for work and I do this. Like, I'm not saying you have to drive up in your Lamborghini and take her to home to your mansion, but you have to say like, well, yeah, I'm actually.
Not only that, Adam, success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. There are ways to demonstrate your high value without having to verbalize it. I always say, discovery trumps disclosure. You want to know how you show value? You want to know how you show value? When the girl you're seeing earns a dinner date with you, when that check comes, you pull out your credit card, you throw it in there without even looking. That's right. That's right. When the bill comes, thank you, sir, just take it. Don't even look at the bill. The girl's going to be like, oh, he didn't have to look at the bill. This could mean he honestly, think about how many men do that. Think about how many men do that. How many men just slide their card in the folder and don't even look at it? Maybe guys that eat at Salt Bay, maybe, right? What's the other nice restaurant in Miami? There's Salt Bay and Japanese restaurant, I think. But at any other place, guys are always, all right, let's see. No, that's how there are certain things you can do to demonstrate your high value. You don't have to mention anything.
Actually, like, I own this bar, or like, yeah, my friends own this bar, or
you don't even have to say that. You don't even have to say I own this bar. Post up at the bar, barkeep. Oh, yes, sir. What would you like? Yeah, whiskey sour on the rocks for her. For me, sex on the beach for her, blowjob for me. Oh yeah, Komodo. Thank you, Komodo. That's it. Blowjob for her, blowjob for me, sex on the beach for her. Hee 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 ha 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 ha. Then she'll ask you, isn't he gonna give you a tab? Right? You just stay silent. If you own the bar, guess what? People are going to treat you a certain type of way. Right? If you're the bar owner, your staff is going to acknowledge you as the owner. You don't even have to say you're the owner. The way the staff addresses you will tell her, oh, well, this guy seems to have a measure of authority, which will then prompt her to ask, do you own this place? Yep, I do. Then she'll ask you questions. Oh, how long have you owned it? A few years. That's how you do it. You don't have to be like, yeah, by the way, I own the joint. Because if you tell her you own the joint, now she's going to start looking around for clues to disqualify you. Oh, he's the owner. Let me look at the license. Okay, that's got his name on it. Then she'll ask, does he really own the bar? Yeah, he owns the bar. And even still, she's thinking, okay, did he tell her to say that? This is why discovery trumps disclosure, gentlemen. This is why discovery trumps disclosure.
Yeah, like I'm an attorney or whatever. You're going to have to give them some sort of game. But you do have to have a conversation, ask some questions. So I fully agree. Don't just let the money do the talking for you.
There it is. Mike Steele, demonstrate, don't explicate. There you go.
But you do have to ask some questions.
I think you got to be cognizant
What questions would you actually ask them?
I don't think there's a specific question I would ask the girl. I think I would just literally not do any of the stuff you're saying. I would not, if I was the owner of the bar, if I was just trying to get laid, yeah, sure, I would use that to my advantage. But if I was looking for a relationship, I would leave all that part out. I would not stress the fact that, I'm friends with the owner. I would leave all that out. I think you can also just have a good game and make the girl laugh and build a lot of sexual tension and lead with that instead of leading with possessions of money.
I think I actually just answered my own question. And I think that the answer is you need to ask them questions.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a specific question. I think I just answered what I was trying to ask you. If you're
Dude, just make conversation. Guys, listen, pro tip here, guys. Pro tip. For all of my followers who are, all of my six-figure guys, all of my high earners, all of my Henrys, like Kevin used to say, high earner, not rich yet, okay? Don't ask questions pertaining to relationships. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just make conversation. Play around. Guys, trust me when I tell you. Trust me when I tell you, you will get the information that you're looking for. You will get the information that you are looking for. You don't have to ask her, so, what do you do for a living? So, where do you see yourself in 5 years? So, what do you think about relationships? Are you a traditional girl? Do you believe it? No, you don't have to ask any of that stuff. You don't have to ask any of that stuff. Just make conversation. Oh, those are an interesting pair of shoes. Where'd you get those? Oh, I got them at Macy's. Wow, how much did you pay for those? 85? 90? You kind of frown your face. Oh, no, but I'm not like I'm not like a cheapskate or anything. Like, I think quality comes with this and that and the third. And, I had they were actually a gift. Oh, really? Who gave them to you? A friend of mine. What was it, like a Christmas gift? No, it was, it's for my birthday. Right there, she just gave you information. She's probably talking about someone who used to fuck her or her ex-boyfriend. And all you did was ask her about her shoes. That's all you did. Because what men have to understand is when you ask questions with intention, women will lie to you. They will lie to you and they will tell you what they think you want to hear. Don't ask them questions. Just to get this out of the way. Are you a cheater? Do you cheat? Oh, no. I never. 11 times out of 10, they'll say, oh, no, I never cheat. Oh, no, I would never cheat. I'm faithful. Okay, all right, perfect. Are you a traditional girl? Oh, yes, I'm traditional. The man leads, the woman follows and all that. Okay, all right. Have you, what happened between you and your ex? He was abusive, blah, 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 blah. Okay, all right. So you're good. All right. Can you cook? Absolutely. Wow, okay. And what's your body count? How many guys have you slept with? Well, I made one mistake in college, but since then I've only had 2 boyfriends, so 3? Oh, okay. Then they're telling their boys, dude, I found a unicorn. She's only slept with 3 guys. She slept with 3 guys. She's traditional. She's laid back. She thinks the man should lead and the woman should follow, and she has great taste in shoes. I'm in love. No, negative. Don't ask questions. Make conversation. Do not ask questions. Make conversations. Because if you ask questions with intent, when you ask questions with intent, women will lie to you 10 times out of 10. Terrell Clark with the $5 super chat says, when I owned a restaurant, the female staff were flirtier, made more eye contact, more feminine, and stood right next to me just because I owned it. Again, discovery trumps disclosure. Very nice. Very, 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 very nicely put. Dre Raven says, there's a reason that police interrogate suspects. The perps lie when asked direct questions. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, be sure to get your hands on my newest free ebook. My newest free ebook, Dead Bedroom, The Cure for a Sexless Relationship. It is absolutely free. It is absolutely free. Just go to tsracademy.com/free with another slash. Plug in your very best email, and the book is yours. Let's continue.
I see this problem, whether it's in business or whether it's in dating. Guys just want to talk about themselves.
Yep.
And it's like, selling isn't telling, selling is asking.
That's right.
Okay, so
Oh,
hey,
whoa,
what
whoa.
are you doing here? Who you here with? What are you guys looking to do tonight?
Oh, boy.
And if you're getting, like, you'll get these answers. We're just trying to find a dude with a yacht.
Wow.
If I had a fucking dollar for every time a girl said that, I'd be fucking gazillion.
Trying to find a
We're
dude
just
with
trying
a
to
yacht.
find a yacht to party on. It's like, cool, good luck with that yacht. If they're like, hey, yeah, I'm just visiting like my grandma and I'm in town, it's like, cool, family values, got it, boom, boom.
Oh
Asking
my God.
questions
See
is
this?
the best thing you could do.
You
guess
see
you could-
this?
I
think
Look,
it's
look,
like-
look, look. See, this is funny. This is funny. Now I'm going to have to put Adam up on game. Why are you in town? Oh, visiting grandma. Oh, cool. Family values. Adam, what makes you think she was telling you the truth? What makes you think she was telling you the truth? Just because she tells you she's in town to see her grandmother doesn't necessarily mean she's in town to see her grandmother. She might have told you that she was in town to see her grandmother to make herself not look like a yacht thot. This is why you do not ask women questions of intention. Now, again, you can ask, hey, what are you doing here? Well, my grandma, blah, 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 blah. Then you quiz her a little bit. But just because someone's in town to see her grandmother does not mean she has family values. It just means she loves her grandma. That's all it means.
I think there's no specific questions, which I think
I
there are.
changed my mind about, actually. You could ask what type of guys does she usually date. You could ask about
Okay,
her
well, there we go,
relationships.
baby. You are
I
changing
try-
your
try-
mind.
Sorry. Nope. Sorry. Ask her what kind of guy she usually dates. All right, class. If you ask a woman what kind of guy she usually dates, I want you guys to tell me in the chat, what kind of guys do you usually date? I want you guys, I'm going to quiz you guys. What kind of guys do you what kind of guys do you usually date? What kind of answers would a woman give you if she is trying to impress you when you ask her, what kind of guys do you usually date? She could say, well, I usually date guys like you. I usually date guys like you. Oh, well, thank my lucky stars. Thank God you date guys just like me. There it is. There it is. Devin will say she will describe you. Exactly. What kind of guys do you usually date? Girls are not going to say, well, I usually date athletes. No, she's not going to say that. She's not going to say that. She's not going to say that. Yes, she'll say nice guys and gentlemen. Well, I date nice guys and gentlemen, yes. Mm-hmm. Ooh, yeah, Ice Dragon Kid. Ooh, nice guys like you, blah, 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 blah. Dr. B84 with the projection. Yeah, she'll tell you about herself. Right? Mike Steele says she'll describe a beta provider. Oh, my God. She's talking about me. Mark LeBrant says, I don't usually actively date. There's another one. Well, I don't really date just to date. I'm really more of a commitment girl. Dude, girls will cap their asses off. Asking modern women questions is useless. Asking them direct questions is useless. If you ask her a question about who she is and what she's really about, she will lie. She's going to lie.
There's questions.
You've changed my mind, yeah. You could
Okay,
ask that, yeah.
So what
Oh, my
questions
God.
would you ask?
I would ask about her, like, once we're already talking or vibing, I would ask about her last relationship.
Oh.
Like, oh, yeah, so what kind of guys are you usually into?
Oh,
Yeah,
my-
I'll start off with that. She would tell me, be like, oh, cool. So are you with the typical Miami sugar baby? And then see how she responds to that.
Yeah.
She'd be like, no, my last guy was broke. Okay, that's something. Or she's like, well, I do like millionaires. And that's a different story.
I think
Oh, my God. She's not going to tell you, well, I do like millionaires. Dude, Alex, no. No. Red Genome just hit the nail on the head. He said she'll describe the guy she needs, not the guy she's attracted to. There you go. There you go. There it is. So, what kind of guys do you date? Well, I date guys that are respectful, are big into family. I date guys that are faithful. I date guys that like feminine. Like, dude, do not. Oh my God, dude. Women lie all the time, guys. Women lie all the time. A woman's not going to say, well, I usually date millionaires if it's clear you're not a millionaire. Jesus.
I think the question that we asked yesterday is actually probably one of the first questions you should ask a girl. How's your relationship with your dad?
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to ask that on a first date. Don't get me wrong. I mean,
How's your relationship with your dad? How's your relationship with your dad? What do you think she's going to say? See, here's the thing. Women don't just answer questions just off the cuff. If you ask them, how is your relationship with your dad? Immediately she's going to think, uh-oh. If I tell him I have a strained or complicated relationship with my father, he's going to know that I have daddy issues. So let me just lie and say, oh, yeah, my relationship with my father is awesome. My relationship with my father is wonderful. Fuck out of here.
the first time you're not going to go up to a girl in a bar and be like, hey, how you doing? Can I buy you a drink? How do you get along with your dad? But I think that is a very important question to ask a girl. Like, I don't think it's a very weird situation. I don't think it's a coincidence that Pearl is the girl she is, and she has an amazing relationship with her father.
There you
I
go.
think that is the reason that is the girl as she is.
Yes, but the reason why we know that Pearl has a great relationship with her father is because she proactively tells us, number one, but actually 1A is the way she acts. The way she acts, guys. We know Pearl has a great relationship with her father because of the way she acts. She didn't act like a yacht thought. She doesn't have any hoe tendencies. No discernible ones anyway. Right? That's how we know Pearl has a good relationship with her father.
Would you agree or disagree?
No, I agree. I look up
Give
to
a shout out to your dad right now,
shout
real
out dad.
quick.
No, I look up to my dad a lot. Like a lot of I don't know. I feel like a lot of the reasons like I do things that I do is like I was always trying to like make my dad proud. I don't, which is
There you
kind of
go.
lame, I know, but I don't know. Sorry.
I think your dad is really
Sorry.
okay.
Sosnick is stupid.
Like, dude, I'm gonna give you some credit here. I've seen your girl; she's cute. You get girls,
Okay.
despite the pajamas. You get girls.
It's because of the pajamas.
It's because of the
I like to
pajamas.
stand out, you know?
That's
In a room
is
full
that-
of guys with suits.
Is
I'm
that
the
what they
only one
call
in
you, the
sweatpants.
tripod? That's what they called you in high school,
Exactly,
right?
yeah, of course.
Respect. What was your game when you're talking to girls? Like, what kind of questions are you asking? What's your game, right? Like,
This is going to sound the most cuck shit in the world. I don't mean to make it sound that way. But yeah, just like treating people like normal fucking human beings usually works. That thing that you just said about asking.
Yeah, that's it. All right. That's it. I've heard enough. Yeah, just, I get girls, but, by treating people like human beings. Nothing to do with the fact that he's wealthy or anything. Like, again, Fresh will admit to you that, hey, man, the reason why I get girls is because of who I am. He ain't got no problem with that. Fresh ain't got a problem with that. Fresh knows he's not a supermodel. Fresh knows he's not an underwear model. Myron knows he's not the best looking dude in the world. Right? Come on. Yeah, this is, all right, I'm done. Download that new ebook, guys, tsracademy.com. Guys, be sure to download the Sharpe Stream app. If you want to get notifications when I go live on any platform. So, yeah, Devin and I are going to be very, very hard at work this week. We're going to be hard at work this week. I'm going to be in Miami, making my networking, trying to maybe just to give my channel a little bit of a jump start. My subs have slowed, and the reason why my subs have slowed is because it's because this format has stagnated to a degree. I get pretty good viewership this way, but in order to grow at the rate that Fresh and Fit and Pearl are growing, then I need to emulate that style of podcast. So that should be so that's going to be very, very exciting. There's going to be a different kind of a wrinkle to it, and I think a lot of people are really, really going to like it, and I think it's going to be far more cost effective, if you know what I mean. But yeah, TCU. What's the line on that? Aren't they like 6.5 point dogs? TCU. Georgia point spread. TCU is +3. That's a pretty good line. +350. Ooh, ay. So right now, according to William Hill, TCU is +350. You bet 100 to win 150 to win 350. Pretty good odds. The Bulldogs are 13-point favorites. The over/under is 63. I think I'll take TCU in the under, and I'll take the over on the 63 for all of you degenerate gamblers. For all of you degenerate gamblers out there. All right. So I am going to enjoy the rest of my night. I actually need to find a few articles of clothing. I have lost my black Miami shirt and my white custom fitted jeans. I gotta find my white jeans. They are absolutely fucking perfect for Miami. Shout out to Aaron Houch for hooking me up with that. Thank you guys all very, very much for tuning in. I appreciate all your support. That is going to do it for this, the 918th edition. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Yeah, sorry about that. So, almost didn't do this. Guys, I'm having a huge sale. Huge sale on TSR Academy. We lowered the prices on everything. We slashed the prices on everything, all of it, and we are going to give you an additional 50% off. So I think we slashed the prices by something like 40%. Then we're going to give you another 50% off. Tonight only, that ends at midnight. Just use the coupon code NEW50, NEW50 at checkout. NEW50 at checkout. Yes, Ice Dragon Kid says Vice City Donovan this weekend. Yes, sir. You better believe it. It is going to be Vice City Donovan all the way. On Fresh and Fit, it's definitely going to be Vice City Donovan. That's for sure. But yeah, we've got ebooks from $2.50. So there's plenty of plenty of products on there for you guys. We got courses from $19, as Devin is putting in the chat. So be sure to take advantage of that. Again, you guys have, 7? You guys have 4 hours and 54 minutes to get 50% off. 50% off our already, dude, we slashed the price by like 40 or 50%. We're going to give you another 50% off. Oh, Dr. B84 is going to be in Miami as well. I think King Life is going to be out there if I'm not mistaken. So we will probably all get together. That is going to do it for this, the 918th edition of TSR Live. Thank you all for your support, your super chats, and your memberships. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the 305.